The Tape Never Lies Network.
The tape never lies. Tape never lies.
Starts now.
The tape never lies.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Here we go. Trading up.
100.
Yes! What? Here it is! Or just recording.
The tape never lies.
The people drop off, but we still keep rocking.
You'll never know how good your football team's going to be until you play with maximum effort.
Keeping it 100.
Open competition over the North and never give it back.
Smartest man.
My Chicago Bears select Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State.
Guess who's back? The two dudes that kept it real. Dynamic duo that you love, the smartest man in Dr. Phil. Breaking down the film, never a problem, kick it straight. Most shows focus on stats, we focus on the tape. We keeping it 100, never running east to west. We coming with that truth, cause that's what our fans expect. Cut off the freaking anchor, forward to be free. But don't you worry, Shane's got the dumbest tweets. It ain't no secret, Phil and Shane got some haters. But now them out stuck like the 2 and now and later. Debaters, frauds get kicked like Coach Tabor. Cuts had to be me, we added the barber moderator. Up and down, boys got you double checking. Sad sacks trolling like a fool, drum texting, flexing on the truth, cause you know they never change. Real, recognize real, that's what you get with Phil and Shane. What we do when we're breaking down the Bears. Fuck a play or a captain, all of the unchairs. The tape never lies. The truth, you see, we laugh, we analyze, so there's no babies like Maybelline. Straight to the truth with acumen and facts. We got a sad nerd, but he's not just giving nerd stats. Car crash, big impact like trick sack. Every Wednesday night you got the smartest man and Phil back. Now we know you're smiling like a fat kid with fun dip. We're back better than ever and we keeping it 100.
Keep it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Justin Fields gets outside the pocket, puts that ball perfectly where only Mooney can get it.
1 point,
2 feet.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100, baby.
keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Keep it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Tape never lies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, this is Claudio the Barber, and this is TTNL's Keeping It 100, the best Bears show on the planet, bar none. Merry Christmas. Bears win, Panthers lose. We are one step closer to the number 1 pick, so we got a lot to talk about, of course. So let's bring on the boys, Shane, the smartest man.
Yo.
And Draft Dr. Phil. There
Yo, this is the infirmary show.
How you feeling? How you feeling, Phil? You all right? I heard you're under the weather. You all right?
Yeah, I'm still trying to get better here.
All right, man.
Get healthy.
Phil and I are dealing with the same issues. I called him today, and I'm like, bro, you sound just as bad as I do. So we wrapped it up and said we'll do a 7-minute show tonight and go back to bed. We'll see where it goes.
Well, how was your guys' Christmas, at least, though? Good?
Good, yeah. Uneventful the way that it should be. You know, watching the kids, and that's the best part by far.
I got the Eber flu.
Yeah.
Eber flu.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's been killing me for over 2 years now. Trying to get rid of it.
Yeah, well, we're coming down though. We'll see. I don't know. I watched the video from Kevin Warren to Bears fans. I didn't think that was very inspiring to set the tone for the offseason for sure, when you can see his eyes going back and forth reading his 30-second blurb about "we hear you." And I'm like, come on, man. That's not the impression that I wanted from our new team president kicking off the most important offseason in Chicago Bears history. Was him up there like a robot reading a predetermined 30-second blurb that he couldn't even remember. He just had to read it, verbatim. So typical Chicago.
I'm sure. Could we upload that and just play it?
Yeah.
I don't know
good.
what is the purpose of it.
It's because it was the last home game coming up, and I'm assuming that's their point.
We hear you. What did he say?
I can grab it. Just talk
Yeah.
away and let me
I just
load it up. But
I watched it one time and I understand, because obviously Shane gave me the footnotes of what his thoughts were prior to sending it to the book club of Zorich, Larison, and myself. And yeah, I want to see it and react to it. Anytime your president's coming on to speak now, there always lends itself some sort of question. I don't know.
I got it. Yeah, I just thought it was extremely generic for my first, this is Kevin Warren's time and Ryan Pohl's time this is a monumental off season for this franchise. And I don't know, like I said, maybe I'm reading into it too much, but I didn't like the presentation of it. But let me bring it up here.
I think Jim Harbaugh evaded some questions regarding.
You sure did.
I didn't see that either, that interview.
Yeah, but here
we go. Let's watch. Courtesy.
Thank you, fans. Thank you for sticking with us this season. Thank you for being loyal, dedicated, and passionate. We hear you every week. We see you every week. We appreciate you every week. You mean the
you could
world
tell he's
to
reading
us.
it.
Bear down.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
You can say it means nothing, and this is the Chicago Bears, where the collaboration crew, where they come up with a word and then they pound you over the head with it. I don't know. I thought it was meaningless and unneeded right now.
Is this a precursor of we're gonna stick to the course we're
I told you last week, and Phil, I'm more convinced than ever.
I don't get the point of this, Alexander.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
he didn't say anything. He just
that gives me concern. Thank you, motherfucker. These people paid for tickets.
Appreciate you giving us your money every week. Thanks.
Thanks for cheering. We hear you. You beat the worst team in the league this past weekend. Arguably, you could say Carolina or Arizona, obviously. And I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, Johnny, that's great. And everybody, to each his own. That I've just been a fan of this team for way too long, and I don't think I'm reading too much into it. For your new team president to come out and read a predetermined 30-second blurb that, we appreciate you, we love you, you mean the world to us.
We're keeping this
awesome, man. Thank you. I'm ready to run through a wet paper bag for you right now.
The Eber flu is continuing to hinder our favorite Bears personalities. Oh my God. You want us to appreciate, get a real coach, a real offensive coordinator.
Maybe we're not reading into it enough. Maybe him saying we hear you.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Maybe.
I hope he's talking to Phil and Shane and Claudio, the TTNL Network, Ivan, and other people that are pounding the table here. I've never, ever once, and at the old network, it was kind of what do we say? Asked of us to be. There's never an act on this network. It's all what I see on tape showing me the direction. The direction of the Chicago Bears has been a corporate communications world thinking, not a football brain trust, not at all the football. It's just always been, how are we going to save face here? We need to get somebody who knows football to do it. That's what the Bears have been for the last 20 years. There's no personality. There's no thinking and thought process of what is going to get this team. Not ever. It's always been, how are we going to be looked at by the rest of the league?
Right. I mean,
let's get Ernie Accorsi.
Is that the perfect message that you want to hear from your new team president heading into this off season? Me either.
I want to see any script.
I got a problem.
I want someone to come out there.
If you can't go out there without a fucking script and say what Kevin Warren just said, I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Go out there and thank the fans, Kevin. All right, can you write that down for me so I can read that like a robot? Nah.
I want to thank you fans for putting up with the pathetic performance of our
We understand this isn't good enough.
This isn't good enough.
Right.
It's not good enough. It's got to be better. And we want you to know we're holding everyone to a championship level of accountability.
Right.
That's the goal. You can't go out there to win the North and never give it back and all this bullshit without any identity.
Yeah.
What's your identity? A split fucking world. Justin's great. Justin sucks. Justin's great. This is the Bears are playing everybody. All of us. Everybody's against each other. There's no fucking team. There's a fucking Broadway play of bullshit.
There's a contingency of fans out there, especially on Twitter, that if you're saying anything remotely negative about Justin Fields, things that he needs to work on, then you're not a real Bears fan.
Yeah. Ivan was showing me some of the comments from his show. Like, go poo-poo your
I think I'm more of a Bears fan because I'm holding everybody accountable. I'm not going to fall for the banana up the tailpipe. Oops, they did it to me again. But you know what? That's fine because I'm a true fan. Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, shut the
That's not being a fan. That's embarrassing.
The phony is the guy that doesn't look at the interception thrown in the red zone and say, everybody's going to focus on that, right? That's the guy that's the phony that you don't listen to at the guy that's predetermined.
What about his 39-yard run, Phil?
You're going to talk all about that interception in the red zone, aren't you? Anyone's going to be a hate. I hear this, and I'm not even anywhere on social media this weekend. We took a goddamn Christmas break in real life, dealing with real life shit. I'm never going to fucking phony shit up. If Justin Fields plays to the level of what he could, there'd be no question in the air.
Right.
There's no split of the room. I've broken it down for fucking 3 years watching this guy, and the same consistent inconsistencies have occurred. So you as a GM with the first overall pick, let's just talk sense here, not nonsense. This doesn't have to do with Justin, the human being or the person. It's just the reality of football. It's the reality of football. And you have to make the right decisions. I'm sure everyone's killing Brock Purdy for throwing, 3-4 interceptions in his game.
Oh, yeah.
This happens in the NFL. Players get benched. Money matters. Cap and all that shit. I hate to say it, but the Bears have been a cap-conscious football team with politics always reigning supreme. We've documented it here. We've documented it
just
here.
like that. I saw, and this is I love our guy Kenneth Davis, but I listened to the Under Center podcast today, and Sean Merriman was on, and I'm like, oh, he was bagging on the Bears for. He's like, thank you so much, Chicago, for trading us Khalil Mack. Without no backstory, and the reason that Khalil Mack wasn't good in Chicago was because y'all never paired him with another end across from him. Things like that, and it's just like, dude. They had Leonard Floyd, and then they replaced Leonard Floyd, went out and got Robert Quinn, who set the franchise record. So, Sean, you're amazingly wrong, but things like that. But people hear that, and they're like, oh, he played in the league.
Yeah.
He obviously knows what he's talking about. And that's great. But you're talking about that the Bears have been cap conscious. They've never done it the right way until Ryan Poles got here. Could Khalil Mack still play? 100% he could still play.
We were the network defining that.
You needed to clear the deck financially to open up other avenues. Yeah, you may take a step back, and anytime you trade a Khalil Mack, you're trading the best player you're trading away the best player in that trade. That's what it is. But that was a cap cutting move. The Bears cleared the deck that way. And nobody was banging the drum for Khalil Mack last year. They're doing it now because he's having a fantastic year.
I was the only guy that wouldn't have traded Mack. That would kept him. But we talked about why.
And it would have been
you guys talked about the business.
It would have been a massive mistake on Ryan Poles' part.
You guys were talking about the business side of it. And again, I come from the tape side, and I was right. And so was Shane and Cars. You were right too.
Yeah, we never said he couldn't play. We're saying you have to listen, guys. This is football. This is a sport. This is entertainment. This is $1 billion business, and finances play a major role in it. And you had to clear the deck. Had to do it. No other way around
My
it.
boy DJ. This is the problem. I sent Shane a graphic of Justin Fields and Mitch Trubisky stats. And it's like, what? You can't look at that and say, what is Mitch and Justin? A fan, my guy loves the Jets. He goes, what's the difference between Justin and Mitch in regards to stats? And he showed me that stat. I sent it to Shane. And I go, wow, that's crazy how similar. But the reality is Justin is a better athlete. I think obviously Justin could move the ball, is a better leader than Mitch ever was. He's got more command. I think he's got more character and 100%. Toughness than Mitch. Mm-hmm. But the stats say they're wildly inconsistent. In fact, Justin's even more. And it's sad. But the reality is right here, what I keep saying, and Chris, the coaching problem is number one. Number one. If the Bears decide to continue with the Eberflow, we're all going to be back here next year saying we're another year too late. We kept Nagy and Pace an extra year. They drafted Justin Fields. They get fired. They get to go on to the next. It's ridiculous.
It's making the same mistake over and over and over again, for sure. And I just don't know if you've made the decision to move on from Justin Fields, how you bring back Matt Eberflus is beyond me.
Look at what you guys told me about Khalil Mack, the contract. Justin Fields is the same thing. If you look at it in the perspective, you're looking at it, a must guarantee of 25, upwards of 270 or two. It's going to go higher than the next guy. Who was the last quarterback signed? Herbert?
Oh yeah. I mean, he's not going to get in that stratosphere. Your number for Justin is starting. Your number with Justin is starting with Daniel Jones. And that's
what's Daniel Jones? 243,
42 or 43 million a year.
So 43 million. Would you be willing to
No.
pay Justin Fields?
No.
Ask yourself as a fan.
If you're not willing
is he a
to commit,
$43
if you're
million
not willing
quarterback?
if you're not
No.
willing to pay him that
I will
right
tell
now,
you that.
then the decision has been made.
Exactly. He's too inconsistent. He misses too many things. Is he tremendous athlete? Yes. But as I know, and the history of the NFL, there's only so far athleticism and breaking out of the pocket is going to get you in this fucking league. It's the reality. Steve Young, Steve McNair, go down the list. Michael Vick, they had to stop running. Why? Because they got fucking hurt. That's why. So you have to win from the pocket in the NFL.
I was listening to Sylvie tonight on my way home, and a guy called up and was pro Justin and comparing him to Lamar Jackson, which I've seen all over Twitter. And Sylvie's like, wait a minute. He goes, how are we comparing, Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields? Lamar Jackson was the MVP of the league in year 2. In year 2, Lamar Jackson had 36 touchdown passes in his second season. Justin has 39 in his career. Are they both wildly talented and dual threat quarterbacks?
What comparison? Let's be honest. I'm not here to make friends with the
you can't
phony
go
fan.
you can't just say because they're both similar athletically that they have big arms, can get out of trouble, and can make plays with their legs. It goes beyond that.
What was the old Bears quarterback? Bob Avellini?
Oh, right.
Or Phip? Oh, God.
But I mean, Lamar's had way better coaching, though. I mean, so that has something to do with it,
right? And
too.
that's all a part of it, absolutely. Yeah. But what's been the biggest problem in Baltimore for years and years and years until this year? You got to get Lamar some weapons.
Yeah, no weapons. Yeah.
So without weapons in year 2,
guy was
he was the MVP.
He
was the MVP of the league.
They fired that offensive coordinator that was his offensive coordinator when he was the MVP.
Yeah,
Vince
Evans.
There's no doubt.
You're thinking of.
No, I'm not thinking of Vince Evans. It's a white dude for the Bears. He ran. He's from Ohio State. The hell is his name? Somebody. Where's Corn Planter? Bobby Douglas. Yeah. Thank you. Bobby Douglas. He was a fucking amazing athlete. And he couldn't win in the NFL because he was an athlete. He couldn't throw. He couldn't win with his arm. You guys keep it 100. That's why I fuck with y'all. No one player
and this is
above the Bears. Thank you, senpai guy.
Just because we point out a negative that because of your favorite player, that's what Bears fans need to get beyond.
I root for the jersey.
You're damn right. I went on an Atlanta Falcons show last night. They had asked me a while ago to come on and do a preview of Bears versus Falcons. And I said to the host pre-show, I'm like, I'm sure you guys are going to want to talk about, the Justin Fields stuff and him potentially coming to Atlanta. And I got on there and I was shocked. And every one of those guys to a man are like, nah, they didn't want Justin.
They didn't want him
in Atlanta.
Wow.
They don't want Justin.
They want Ritter.
No, they weren't Ritter guys either. But listen, and it just is what it is, guys. Timing is key here because finances play into it. If the Bears were drafting 8th and didn't have the number 1 overall pick, we'd be having a different discussion right now. We just would be. We'd be like, who are we drafting at 8 that's going to help Justin Fields out the most? That's where we are. You're in rarefied air. You're playing with house money with the number 1 pick in the draft.
Upload this crazy. Where am I not? Oh, I'm on downloads. Hold on. How do I get the desktop?
What are you trying to upload?
That stat the dude sent me with Mitch and Justin side by side. It's scary.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. I got it. It's coming. I'm uploading it. Oh, I need to edit an image. Get rid of the TTNL crowd, I guess.
But yeah, bullets put this in the Jesus. Greg Braggs just shit his pants. Bullets just put it in the chat, and yeah, Devin Hester has officially been named a finalist.
Nice.
Here it is, Claudio. We'll come to Devin Hester because I want to talk. Obviously, games.
Well, that's a lot more games. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, but you're gonna watch.
Yeah.
So he's got 29 interceptions in 37 games. See it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this kid got 37. That's 8 less interceptions if I'm doing my math. Right?
Yeah. 8 less in 14 games.
He averages 81.7 rate versus 87.2. Obviously, rush attempts are higher. He's only got 1,000 yards more. The crazy is the rushing TDs, Shane. I would have fucking lost $1 million.
Yeah,
I thought Justin had way more than 12 in my head.
I don't remember Trubisky even having 8. That's crazy.
Yeah, he has 8.
He did. Yeah.
The completion percentage with more games. That means there's more attempts into the average. That's a big telling story there. So you're looking at average to below average. That's the sad thing. And you a backup quarterback with immense talent. Coaching is a huge issue for this conversation, no doubt. I'm the guy who said it. But they didn't choose Justin. Nagy and Pace did. So now you got a situation where I've documented that this offensive coordinator doesn't understand Justin's best attributes and create an offense surrounding him. You can't say, this is my offense. This is what we run. Now I'm going to do it. At the end of the day, does he get it done in critical moments? Not against the fucking shitty Arizona Cardinals. I'm talking about Green Bay.
Yeah, well, the thing that I said, we almost have to have a show. So, we'll do like a patron show and just make it so everybody can get their thoughts on air. But the thing, anybody that's completely sold on Justin being the next quarterback here moving forward, they will point out a flaw with the Chicago Bears franchise, with the ownership, which we all know about. They'll point out every single flaw with coaching. They'll point out every single flaw with every wide receiver, tight end, and offensive lineman on the team. They'll point out every flaw that Caleb Williams had at USC. And they never say anything negative about Justin Fields' play. Like I had a guy on our YouTube. No, it was actually a patron, and I'm still waiting for a comment back from him. He was upset about things that we're being way too hard on Justin, and he's the future. And I just simply replied to him. I said, can you point out any flaws that you see in Justin Fields' game? And I haven't gotten a reply yet. But that's the thing. They'll have a list of 40 flaws with everybody else. But they cannot point out one thing with it's if the Getsy's got to do that and Eberflus got to do this, and there's nobody open. I mean, I haven't watched the all 22, but there's nobody open. I'm watching it on TV. And we know that's bullshit. You have to have a critical mind, and you can't let your fandom cloud what you're seeing. And that's what's happening with a lot of people.
That's exactly what's happening. And I'm of the ilk of, can we get some clarity with the coach? If this message from Kevin Warren is a prerequisite to keeping the Eberflus, then we're going to be here again next year.
No.
And that has been the Chicago Bear way. Even with the evidence of 4 historic league NFL losses and 3 Chicago Bears, the oldest team, the charter franchise, 3 historic franchise losses. The Bears will find a way to spin this and fire Getsy and continue with Eberflus. And the culture is wrong. You don't fucking have club dub when you've won fucking 3 games. You don't. That's shitty coaching. That's a shitty culture. If you think that's okay, go cheer for the fucking Green Bay Packers or the Lions. It's dumb. It's embarrassing. You're celebrating mediocrity. You're celebrating getting out of the worst organization that we've ever known in our time. You've gotten worse. And it's just a continuous drain to watch this. Now, and then Justin's underneath that umbrella. So it's like if they don't get the coach right, what the fuck are you doing? Now you're going to pay Justin Fields. How am I going to cheer for a team moving forward? How am I going to look at this team moving forward with a plan that says, let's take this tube in a hurricane out on the water and see if we survive? That's what the Bears do. We're going to just ride this thing through the hurricane. And it doesn't make any sense. If you're defending Justin Fields, you don't even see the big picture. Fields coming out of college versus Caleb Williams coming out of college. Start there. It's not even close. Not even fucking remotely close as far as foundational talent. Sorry. It's just not. The tape will show you that. I have no problem showing the patrons. There is absolutely jaw-dropping throw in the pocket, mechanic, structural throws, release point, like Dan Marino, like just straight from the fucking arm. Boom! Boom! Just fucking hit it. And that's what you're going to win with. Now, that he's a head case. They're all fucking head case. Jim McMahon was a fucking head case. 20,000 of you wouldn't draft him. But you love his fucking punky QB. Jim Harbaugh. He's a head case.
I think I think that talk with Caleb Williams is craziness. Like I had a talk with my niece's husband on Christmas Day. He's like, "Oh my God, I hope you guys draft Caleb Williams. He's so stuck on himself and he's a piece of shit." And I'm like, "How do you know he's a piece of shit?"
Right.
I mean, honestly. And he's like, "Oh, he just talks about how good he is." I'm like, "Have you ever listened to anybody in the NFL? Ever?" Everybody's like that. But we'll see.
Chris R. Even Patrick Mahomes looks awful with Nagy. Yup. He does.
Well, yeah, and that's would Bears fans right now, this second, take 4,000 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, 14 interceptions?
Yeah, we've never had a passer.
That statistically be just about the best season in Chicago Bears history. And we're saying that that's awful. So is he godlike like he has been? No. He's still fantastic. Has he been awful? No. Need to pump the brakes on that.
Martell, you've obviously don't understand that coaching trumps talent, because at this level, they're all fucking talented. They all. But it's the guy that understands. Just Turn your fucking TV on and look at Coach Pierce and what he's doing with the Vegas team. Watch how they played defense the other day. That's a team that has a spirit of their head coach and a culture that is just, it's just amazing. There's no, I mean, that guy, if they are stupid enough to let him walk, you're interviewing that fucking guy because he clearly has the foundation of motivating professional athletes. That is the problem with Matt Nagy. That is the problem with Mark Trestman, John Fox with a foot out the door, looking at the freaking chicks in Florida in the offseason instead of football. You have to tap into finding the guy that doesn't take shit, that his word means everything, that he understands the professional athlete as a man, a father, a young kid, and teaches them all the same, but differently at the same time. That's what a head coach in the NFL is needed. And the Bears have not had that. And I can tell you right now, this garbage we see each and every week with the Bears, this guy is not the head coach moving forward. You can get fooled by these little wins against these shitty teams down the stretch. Fucking Cardinals? Come on.
Yeah,
Cardinals are god awful.
We've literally addressed this
87
times.
Especially with
not true.
Levine.
It's not
You've been
true.
here every week.
Positive. Yeah, you've asked.
You just believe in shit you see on social media. That's all you're doing.
My guess would be that he's not a Caleb Williams fan, and that's whatever. It's just we need to get past this shit. He never said that he didn't want to play for Chicago. He never said that he wanted ownership of a team because, oh, wait a minute, that's illegal.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, in this day and age of football, parents, all the way down, youth, high school, all the way up with NIL and fucking people getting paid, all this bullshit, backdoor talk, all that shit. You have to have a great communicator that says something every time they're there. Mike McDaniel, he is up at the podium with no script, no plan. He just set and he captures his.
You've been watching Hard Knocks?
No, I haven't. But I just know the guy.
This dude is, he's.
I know the guy.
He's a real deal, man.
I know real versus phony.
Yeah.
Aaron Pierce, real.
Yeah.
Eberflus, phony. It only lasts. Everybody's good when the good is going good. When the shit is hitting the fan, you saw the real organizational flow then. We're about to fire Eberflus if he loses the Commanders.
Yeah, and
right?
And Brian, this is, again, you're not going to draft who we feel like is a franchise quarterback.
Would you draft Aaron Rodgers or would you take a shot on?
But did CJ Stroud not hit the ground running
this
year for Houston? It's just like Phil, you brought up your analogy like a month or two ago of the abused child in the foster care system that's put into a home and is abused, and then they pull him out and they put him in another home and he's abused, and they say, oh, you know what? We can't put him in another home because he might get abused again.
Right.
Can't do that. That's flawed logic. Part of this process is if you stick with a guy that you don't think is the guy moving forward, that's career suicide in the NFL. When we're talking about letting guys go a year too early rather than a year too late, that's talking about players too. You have to be able to project with Justin. I told the guys from Atlanta, the number one flaw with Justin was if he could just a tick quicker processing. And I told them that, I said, if you guys trade for him, I bet you if you have me back in year 6, year 7, and year 8, when you guys have me on for a preview show again, You're going to be saying, you know, we'd love if you could if that processing, if you could just speed it up just a tick. It's still going to be his number one flaw in year 5, year 6, year 7. Because at some point, you are who you are. That's what it is. Now, are the Bears going to live with that? Maybe they will. Maybe they will. I'm willing to buy time with Justin Fields if they're not drafting Caleb Williams, because I'm not there with these other quarterbacks. But if the Bears have the number 1 pick, to me, it's done.
Oh,
you draft Caleb.
Daniels is definitely a top passer, man. He's legit, too. The Bears are in a great spot to get a quarterback. And guess what? That's where you win in this league, getting a quarterback. If we're fighting about this, if someone like Leo is comparing Caleb Williams and fucking Murray, like, come on.
Right.
We're doing it wrong. It's not even close.
Nick, put in the chat when we have to pay Justin Fields, because I know the answer, and I've talked about it 5,000 times on 87 consecutive shows that I've been on. When do we have to pay him, Nick? Put it in the chat, and I'll highlight it for you.
I won't even answer it for him then. Well, you have to make a decision. Some people are going to play this card of, well, you keep him here, and then you franchise tag him.
Oh, great.
That's what the argument is. The argument is that, oh, we don't have to pay him. You don't have to give him the 5th year. You let him play under a unmarked year.
I asked Nick the question, and everybody in the chat is answering.
Of course.
Yes. So it's May 2nd, 2024. You have to pick up his 5th year option by then and guarantee him $25 million for the 2025 season. I'm telling you guys, it's a done deal.
DG is my guy, always pointing out good franchises do the right things. They understand the locker room, the culture, the education of the team. What direction are you going? This is the NFL. These guys are getting paid. So you have to capture their attention, their belief. Not every guy gives a fuck. We can get Chris Zorich on for fucking 10 minutes right now to have his awakening as he spoke about it. Wait a second. We're going into Packer week and he's looking around the locker room like some of these guys don't give a fuck. It's just a game to them. They're getting paid irregardless.
They
don't give a fuck, right? So
to Otis's point here, to trade down for a known player, there's no known player. There's no guarantees in the NFL draft. First off, right. I mean, I know it's easy to say that, but you have to. When you're in the quarterback tier, you're rarely there. The Bears have the golden ticket of being there 2 years in a row where they could have taken any quarterback they wanted. I agreed with them giving Justin another year last year.
We gave him the year.
But
has he done it?
But at what point do you decide that, all right, we're gonna go get the most important piece to our team? If Ryan Poles and Ian Cunningham and Kevin Warren look at Caleb Williams and be like, this is the guy, this is our quarterback, you can't trade down. You can't.
This
does not make sense.
You guys don't understand how important this position and coach is. There's 2 fucking chess pieces on the board. Both of our chess pieces we're going to talk about. It's Eberflus and Fields. Both of these guys have to be decided. Are you taking your pawn and knocking that piece over and taking it off the board? For me, both of these guys are off the board. I've seen enough to know this is not going to work. It's not. If that hurts you, because you can't have Justin and Eberflus back together again. It's just KRS-One, 1988 or 87, self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. That's all we're going down. Boom. Get KRS-One on here. Drop a verse on how fucking pathetic the Chicago Bears are. Because that's where we're going. You could, oh my God, he has ESPN highlight plays. He scrambled out. He underthrew a ball 60 yards down the field, and Cole Kmet came back for a 53-yard. Oh my God, that was a highlight.
You want to
no,
know
it
what
wasn't.
it comes down to, Phil? Let's just say the Bears stay with Justin Fields, okay, and they move forward, and Justin is good, not franchise altering. He's got his flaws like we see now, but there's big plays. He can win a couple of games for you. And let's just say that Caleb Williams lives up to the hype. Guess who's going to lose their job?
Ryan Poles,
the general manager. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you're Kevin Warren or you're George McCaskey, you're going to say, all right, you had the number one pick
twice.
And look what CJ Stroud is doing. You had the number one pick gifted to you the next year. And I heard all these people saying how fantastic Caleb Williams. And I completely
Bryce
understand.
Young was balling out there against the fucking Packers.
I completely
bringing them down
understand.
to win.
I completely understand that this works both ways. If Caleb comes in and busts, guess who loses his job? Ryan Poles. But your processing flaw, your hitch, you're just not ripping the ball on time that we're seeing over and over again.
Tap, wind up. It's gotten worse.
That is not getting better in year 4, year 5, year 6, year 7, because it's up here.
I'm just telling you, tomorrow at some point, I will just unedited. Shane, I'm not even going to cut tape. I'm just going to play the actual tape for our patrons and break it down.
They didn't pick up Daniel Jones' 5th-year option, but guess
and
what
waited.
they did? They
franchise tagged him,
and then they paid him a contract that is a. Guess what the Giants will be doing this year? They don't want that contract.
Yeah.
It's just people
Darnold.
Are choosing a player over the team at this point right now because they don't want to believe that their favorite quarterback, Justin Fields, has flaws that may not get fixed. Probably won't get fixed. The Bears are at fault. The Bears are at fault here. I understand
the Bears
that.
are.
But you have an escape plan with a wildly talented passer of the football that has a lightning
Justin Fields' strength. Seriously, tell me in the chat. You're a Justin Fields fan. What's his best attribute? You tell me. You're defining him. Now you're 50 years old. Right now you're probably 28, wherever you are, 30. Imagine I'm 50. I've watched this fucking team. I've watched it all. And I love the game of football. You can sit next to me and I'll teach motherfucking people that have known the game their whole life things they don't even know. That's the truth.
Yeah.
So when I sat down and showed you fucking 2 hours breaking down Justin Fields beating Detroit, and there is flaws of epic proportions because you could have beat Detroit 42 points, but your quarterback held you back. Not the coach, the quarterback. The best attribute, feet, elusiveness. Deep ball, no. I don't see. He's inaccurate deep. He throws out of bounds. I don't see downfield accuracy. Not consistent. Do you, Shane?
Well, that's the thing, Phil.
I'm talking consistent.
what bothered me last week
consistent.
was this is the
Toughness,
issue that we have now.
Athleticism, I got you. That
He threw a
can't
deep
win.
ball to Velus Jones this past game, and Justin threw it out of bounds. And I remember saying to myself, that's the Trubisky deep ball. Mitch would throw a deep ball, have a guy, and
I agree.
Don't give your guy a chance to make a play on it. So I looked on Twitter, and guess what everybody was saying? Well, he's throwing to Velus. He didn't even give Velus a chance. He threw the ball out of bounds.
He did that 3 times the last week against the Browns. The one in the end zone to DJ Moore. He missed Cole Kmet going deep, wide open. And then he threw it out of bounds again to Tyler Scott. It was 3 opportunities.
Yeah, right here. Perfect. Yes, he did. And I did. Larada 9 probably just joined the show, so he didn't hear it. Larada, year 2.
He was
Lamar
MVP.
Jackson, with all of his flaws, was MVP of the league. 36 touchdown passes in year 2 alone. Justin has 39 in his career. So where is the comp there? They're stylistically similar.
Just an athlete,
but people are
compared to
making
an
things
athlete.
up. They're like, look at Lamar and everything that he's doing. That's
Lamar
exactly
has a fucking dime ball.
That's
cannon
exactly
off
what
of his
Justin
arm.
is going to be. There's
Justin
no in
does
between,
not have
Phil.
dime
There's
ball.
no in between with these
There's
people.
no dime ball 15-yard out. Justin
he's
can't
gonna be
hit it.
Either
I'm
going to be
telling you.
Lamar Jackson, Phil, and if he's not, it's everybody else's fault.
No fucking way. Lamar Jackson has improved consistently. Justin has been inconsistent. That's the only consistent. There is no doubting toughness, athleticism, the ability to escape a pocket, run for a first down. He will go down. Listen, what was that dude? Tim Crouch from Nebraska? He won the Heisman. Was that his name? Crouch?
Yeah.
He was a great runner. What did that get him in the NFL? A move to safety. That's what they did to him. So this is beyond any race or any of that bullshit. This is about what I see as a passer. Justin, processing, delivery, and accuracy, intermediate and deep ball are not NFL level consistency. None. Eric Crouch. Thank you, Mo. I couldn't remember his name.
Oh, you said Tim Crouch.
Tim Couch. I couldn't remember his name. But the motherfucker was a great athlete, great runner. He could throw the ball, but he could not throw in the NFL. Justin has stronger arm than him, no doubt. But I'm telling you, the flaws are there consistently.
So, yeah.
Lamar Jackson
much more
is consistent.
He is more consistent.
Way more consistent.
Justin Fields.
Look at how he fucking dimes. Listen, I was a little leery of Lamar coming out.
Yeah, so
I was worried about his inside throwing. He has improved his throws in the seams like nobody else. That ball fucking flies out there. I mean, it is impressive. He has a very, very strong, accurate arm. And I'm never gonna fanboy shit. Never.
But this is another trap.
He threw a dime.
He did. And
after he breaks the pocket, gets out of the pocket. My son could throw that fucking ball. I'm telling you, he's 9. Probably not 60
It's not
yards,
even that, Phil. But we're not everybody. So
you're talking one
in
play.
This world. If you're pointing something at, well, he's made this. No shit. We understand that. We've pointed it out. We're talking about consistency. Why is Justin dropping back so slow on his snaps? Did it affect his very first third down pass to Cole Kmet this week? Yes, it did. If he would have got back in his drop quickly and got rid of the ball on time, it's a first down all day long. But it's these little things where we're still having an issue in year 3 heading into year 4. And all right, so D. Levine, let me ask you this. Who drew up that play? Who called it? Luke Getsy did, correct? And who was wide open in that play that Luke Getsy called? Tanyan, correct? Yes. This is the point. And this is what I brought up with Phil. I'm not defending Luke Getsy. I'm not defending Justin Fields. Both parties can be at fault, and both issues can be true. But when you look on tape and you see DJ Moore wide open, begging for the ball, or Roshan Johnson
or
wide
Darnell
open in the
Mooney,
flat, or Khalil Herbert go into the end zone open, this is the issue that we're having in year 3. And somebody's going to say, Patty Mahomes misses wide open wide receivers. And you know what? He also hits them about 95% of the fucking time. And he's a multiple Super Bowl winner. And he's a multiple MVP. So stop with the comparison there. Justin needs to be better. Justin needs to get rid of the ball quicker. He does. The Bears need to hire a better coach. The Bears need to hire a better offensive coordinator. Is it going to get better in year 4?
I want to say this too.
I don't think so.
It's not going to get better. I don't need to be an NFL quarterback to watch tape and show you the truth. I also am not an NFL quarterback having agents pay me to say something, because even as I have had agents, please, can you pump up my prospect for me a little bit? And I refuse that. That's what we stand for here. So if you think that shit ain't going down, where we're just going to cherry pick shit, then you got another thing coming for you. That's why this network stands on its tape never lies mission statement. Never going to just hype someone up. Never. It's always going to be the tape for the truth.
Otis, I think that's 100% a massive excuse, because Justin still had the issue at Ohio State. He did, guys.
You can't argue with what I broke down. Just look at it. I mean,
it's just
people
are saying because Getsy wanted him to have his.
Did Getsy tell him to squat down to 5'11" and stand off like you're on a pitcher's mound with wide base, tap the ball? No, it is getting worse. Worse. For the average fan that's watching ESPN, you're thinking we're lying. Become a patron right there next to Claudio, or scan it with your phone. And go watch the breakdowns of the last 2 weeks of Justin Fields. There's nowhere to hide with the tape. If you don't have an agenda, which I don't, listen, if Justin was the fucking man and it was playing consistent and he's making that shit would be promoted, defended. I'd fight everybody like I did many a time for other players that are getting shit on for no reason. Justin is inconsistent. Now you're at a crossroads. I can't pay $43 million for inconsistency. So you can go back. Yeah, I was wrong. You guys were right. And we're in year 8. Where are we? Outside the fucking playoff. You become the Lions of the past. They're finally in the playoffs since 2000 and what? Like, is that what you want? Like, you have to make a decision. You're up here at the top. I got 2 quarterbacks that I could take in the top 5. You got to get one of them. You have to get rid of this coach. And I'll tell you right now, Caleb Williams is a future star. You could say whatever it is you want about his name. I'll just show you the tape every time. You can't change a kid's throw. You never want to do that. You don't want to change too much of how they've learned the game. You can improve footwork. You can improve their understanding of coverages. But they've got to want to do the work too.
Just like you saying we're going to maintain with Justin and trade down and accumulate a treasure trove of draft assets. If you don't have the quarterback position figured out, it's all for naught. You have to have a quarterback in the NFL. You have to. You know what happens if you just want to hope and believe that the guy's going to figure it out? Somebody said, why can't we be like the 49ers? Well, we should be, because the 49ers said, you know what? Trey Lance ain't it.
Right.
They weren't afraid to go to a 7th round guy.
They didn't
that
play
they believed
politics.
in. Can you imagine how that would have went over in Chicago? There would have been people, the same people that were talking.
Ted Phillips would have none of it. I'm sorry.
Oh
we
God.
took this guy.
Give Trey Lance, give him
17
5 more
more
years. 5 more years. He's going to be right there.
Look at the two different organizations.
I have every color jersey that he's got. And listen, Justin is a great kid. He's the ultimate leader. His work ethic, I don't think, is going to be in question with anybody. That's the thing. I just don't think his flaws that he has are going to get fixed. If he plays for somebody else next year, he's going to have games where you're like, wow, that's amazing. And then he's going to have Justin Fields moments like we're living through. And that's probably what's going to be the most consistent part of his game, is the inconsistencies. But people just don't want to accept it because they like him and they want him to work out so bad.
I wanted him to work out.
So did I. I have a Justin Fields fat head right over there on my wall.
My son got one for Christmas, for God's sake.
Well, that's just bad Christmasing. But
Santa brought that.
Damn it, Santa.
Santa Steph. But the reality is, you can't be questioning both, and we are. And when I mean both, it's the coach and the quarterback. There's a story my Uncle Sam Rutigliano has always said. He's like, if you don't have the GM, the quarterback, and the coach on the same page, then you got nothing. You got a chance that your defense is going to carry the team for one season, but it won't be 2. I promise you that. It won't be 2. We lived that under Mitch. Vic Fangio, 39 turnovers. 39 turnovers in 2018 led you to the double doink. Not Mitch Trubisky, a defense with 39 turnovers that scored 8 touchdowns on defense. That's what got you there. That little year of defense, because the next year, to my uncle's credit, it doesn't last more than 1 year. The defense fell flat. Mitch, what did he do? He fell flat. Couldn't carry this. The quarterback carries it. The quarterback carries it. The ball's in his hand every down for a reason. If I sat here and said, man, these Chicago Bears got Jim Harbaugh and Justin Fields, boom, now we're cooking. Because I know Jim could help, but then ultimately it's going to be on Justin.
He's the ultimate elixir that comes in and says he's going to answer your 2 biggest questions right from Jump Street. He's going to say, I want to work with Justin. I can unlock him. Or, all right, yep, no, Caleb or whomever is my guy, and that's who we're going to go forward with. Jim would do that on day 1. And I would roll
Jim
with
knows
what
right
Harbaugh
now.
says. Yeah.
Jim knows. If I'm saying this, I know Jim is saying it too. Like, this kid has some major NFL flaws. We have to build an offense that is going to cater and embrace his positives. Getsy and Eberflus have not done that. Not. And anybody trying to fight that, I will destroy them. Anyone. Lance Briggs, throw it. Chase Daniel. I'll show everybody. They cannot compete with the military ammunition that I have in regards to situational decisions made by coaches based on the quarterback. There's no NFL in world that runs a fucking jet sweep on 4th and 1 with this kind of quarterback, but the Chicago Bears do. What does that say about the coach or the quarterback? Which one is it? Why are we doing this? And now it's a game of fucking the Bears play checkers. I'm playing chess. I have fucking 7 centers better than what we have here. And we have this. Our left tackle stinks. We knew this. Could go down the line of thinking. Deonta Foreman on the bench to start the season. Healthy scratch. Clearly your best running back. Clearly. I just don't get how dysfunctional your NFL franchise could be. Until then, Kevin Warren comes out tonight, and I'm reading it, and I hope I'm wrong, the other way. Here's a forewarning. We love you. We hear you. We appreciate you cheering for us. Come back next year when we have this schmuck as your head coach again, just to piss Phil off. Chucky Love, $4.99. I've been pro Justin all the way up right till now. But great point, guys. He'll go somewhere else and have a great moment, and then he'll have Justin. Exactly.
And so many people said the
Chucky
same.
Love knows. I love Chucky.
So many people said the same thing about Mitch. They were scared about him leaving because of
No,
what
he's
could
keeping it real.
Right, yeah.
He's saying he's gonna be inconsistent somewhere else. And that's what we're looking to avoid. I'm sorry. You can't reset every 3 years. Yeah, you can until you get it right.
Yeah, you're lucky that you have the number 1 pick that gives you that ability.
You got 2 number 1s. The last time we did was Rex Grossman and Mike Haynes. The time before that was Donnell Wolford and Trace Armstrong. These are the 2 times we've had 2 number 1 picks.
No,
here you are again.
Did it in 2003, and they epically whiffed.
That was Rex Grossman and Haynes. I said.
Oh yeah, my bad. I didn't hear you say that. But yeah, do you remember who the talk was if they stayed at 4? Who they were going to take?
Defensive tackle
Robertson from Kentucky. Yeah, the Jets
Kentucky.
The Bears wanted Kevin Williams. That was the Minnesota year when they bypassed their pick and chaos ensued. Kevin Williams was the Bears' target, and then they came with fucking Mike Haynes.
Tell him, Alexander. People that know me know I waste so much time of my life, and I got a lot of shit going on in my life. Devoting attention to this football team. I'm lucky that I'm brave enough to stand in front of a video screen and my audio to the world. And trust me, I'm going to say the truth. Not going to hold anything back tonight. The Chicago Bears organization watches our show. It's been verified, confirmed, undeniably. And that's okay if they don't like me or they don't like us. But somebody has to keep it 100, just like the name of this show, and not kowtow to the bullshit. It's done. Kevin, we're done. These fans deserve better than a pat on the back for showing up to a loser. Last year, Buffalo, Christmas Eve, 30 below wind chill, they still showed up because that's what Bears fans do. So it ain't breaking ground here. It's not breaking news that Bears fans are going to show up. It's a disease. I have it too. But I also am having an ear flu. And that's where we got to fix it. Because if you fix the coach, the next guy comes in. And you hopefully are involved in this to make an unprecedented, non-political good old boy hire. That you hire the right guy with the personality that makes the McCaskies so uncomfortable, so scared that they stay in their fucking box and in their lane and they shake every fucking person's hand and nothing changes. But their fucking fact that they are not allowed to go into the locker room until they get on board with being a little bit uncomfortable. Because the Chicago Bears have been, let's call it what it is, a punchline, a joke. Ryan Clark, everybody at ESPN, they're right in my backyard, 8 minutes from my house. A joke. Mike Greenberg, laughing stock, a toilet bowl. They blaming everything, blaming what Justin Fields is on the organization. Fair or not fair, it is what it is. You're a laughing stock. You have to get the right coach, then the quarterback decision, and you have time because you don't have to make that decision until after the draft. Guess what? You have the first overall pick. And yes, I was cheering for the first time in my life for the Green Bay Packers. Not afraid to tell you the truth because I want the number one pick. Because I want the Chicago Bears to be sitting there at number one and doing something that I believe will make me the happiest or second happiest guy. Because the first thing would be hiring Jim Harbaugh. I don't care what anybody says. That is the guy. My number one choice. And then I have guys that I think can carry that same kind of suitcase, briefcase to work. But Jim Harbaugh is the penicillin. I've said this for years for this organization because he's a guy that's no nonsense. He's a guy that tells George, tells Miss Virginia McCaskey politely, just sit back, shut the fuck up, go to church. I'm not at church. I'm at the game on Sunday. We'll say a prayer right here. Right before we'll go to church in the locker room. And that's really what you need, a maniacal guy that every situation in every game matters. Every game. Every situation. Doesn't matter. It's 3rd and 1. Where the fuck is Foreman? Get over here. It's 3rd and 1. Get in there.
Get in there. Get in there, Cole. We're going to hand the ball off to you, kid.
Oh, my God. Like every fucking situation you are prepared for. So and that's your specialty.
Let's make a pivot. I think that this could be fun. Yeah. And I'm not, believe it or not, I'm not trying to be a dick. Nick, go to @Wazram on Twitter. Send me a DM. And I will send you a link to come on the show right now. Where you can debate why Justin Fields and Matt Eberflus should both stay. We're not going to gang up on you or do anything like that. We just want to have somebody on the opposite end of the spectrum of where we are come on here and you can tell us why we're wrong and why you're right.
Tell the world. If you haven't, smash the like button. Let other people know. Subscribe to the channel. I truly appreciate your support here. He's afraid to come on. He just told you we're going to let you speak. We're going to put you by yourself.
You got to have confidence in what you're saying. It's just a debate. We're not going to be assholes about it, Nick. You're a Bears fan and a TTNL fan.
I mean, I just embarrassed Peter Bukowski because his football acumen wasn't.
Come on
what he
and
thought it was.
provide a legitimate argument of why Justin should stay and why Matt Eberflus should remain head coach. We're not going to cook you.
Vaughn just wants to go bullshit with us.
Send me a DM, man. You can come on.
Listen, I think our next week guest we've not agreed with a lot. Dan Wiederer.
He's going to agree with he's going to agree with us now.
Yeah, we're all on the same page together. Dan Wiederer and I go here. William, we are the masters of panic. Calm down and understand that more than likely you have absolutely no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Is he talking about the people in the chat or us?
I hope he's talking about the people in the chat. William, clarify. And I pray that you're talking about the people in the chat and not Phil and
unless maybe he means we're panicking about Justin. We need to,
we already did Peter Bukowski live. Like I buried him on.
We would be like
Shane destroyed him.
Give Justin he'll get year 12 is going to be his year. I don't know.
Oh. Anyway, if you want a loser's mentality, then you go and you continue on with Eberflus.
You have to have the ability. Listen, every one of us on this panel wanted Justin to be the guy, Justin to be the quarterback that took us to multiple Super Bowls, that made us relevant. It didn't get all done, and it's not all on Justin. The timing of it all sucks right now.
What's MSM? What is that? I have no idea what that's.
Mainstream media.
Oh, thank you.
So all
Claudia.
ESPN
Look
and
at Claudia.
FS1. I'm paying attention.
I have no doubt we're way more accurate. In fact, I see people taking
they're all
things you've said.
Mainstream media is clickbait shit.
Exactly. There's no.
Did
William clarify yet?
Nick got real quiet in the chat after I invited him on. I wasn't trying to be a jerk. I think it would be. I would legitimately like somebody.
How about anybody in the chat? Anybody wants to?
If anybody thinks that
wants to defend and think that Justin.
Who wants to defend Justin?
Who wants Justin and Matt Eberflus back? Those are the people that I want to talk.
The guys the guy. So if we have the number one pick, but you want us to stick with Justin, not take Caleb Williams, then
we're not putting Mo on again. Someone other than Mo. I love you, Mo.
I mean, I got to ask you this, Phil.
Mo just texted me. He's like, "Do you think Jackson Smith and Jigwell can play quarterback?"
So what do you guys realistically think if we do trade Justin? What do you think we're going to get for him?
Well, it's got to start with the Darnold deal, which was a 2, a 4, and a 6. The second, fourth, and a 6
in the same year. 2, 4, and a 6.
Yeah, I can't remember
quick.
what it
Kerry
ended up
Franklin
being.
is a patron, and he was adamant. He even texted me on the side, Phil, I don't agree. I don't see it. In fact, I'll say this, Kerry was an inspiration for me to do a live film breakdown because there's nowhere to hide on that. I'm just going to coach it up truthfully. And then he came on and was like, wow, I have had to change.
William, the guy that says we're panicking too much.
There.
So send me a DM on Twitter, William.
Yeah.
At Wasram. At WASRAM.
He wants Eberflus and Fields. I mean,
he wants them both back.
I understand Fields. Trust me. I'm not.
So send me a DM.
Totally against Fields.
I'll get you on. I'll get you on the show. Just make sure you have
Wayne
some headphones and
has course corrected and says fire them all. Larada is one of them. Has to go. I am definitely not scared, Mo. I love you, but I just want a different voice. I just want a different voice. There's going to be plenty of Mo this offseason. But this network stands for not trying to get the clickbait. And nobody on here has ever scripted anything. This is what we're going to say. This is what we're going to do. I didn't even know what we're going to talk about, but I did promise my wife this show would be done by before 11 p.m. East. And I'm going to stick to that promise here as I am under the weather. And so is Shane. And we got to do it. In y'all opinion, would a QB coach help improve Justin Fields' processing and throwing mechanics? It's going to help somewhat, but again, you have to believe in what it is that you're
doing.
doing.
Has he not had a quarterback coach in his first 3 years?
Janako.
I mean, a lot of these guys have their own personal guys that they work with all off season on everything. At some point, it's
I
become
think
who you are.
at this point he's become who he is. He would need a different coach and a different scene in order to believe in a turnaround of that. That's where it's got to say. That's where it's got to be. I just don't see it happening here with this culture, this situation. No, this team has not improved, William. We've destroyed this theory.
You've
beaten the shittiest quarterbacks in the entire league. If
and
anybody's
you've
going to
improved
hang
on
their
defense, and you're regressing on offense.
Exactly. You've also upgraded the talent on defense. How much great point was made by my dad, and he said, how much have they invested in their defense in regards to draft picks, free agents? Well, they rebuilt their linebacking core. According to Sean Merriman, they didn't, but they did pay an off-the-ball linebacker. Or was that somebody else? Probably was somebody else. They did pay an off-the-ball linebacker. His name is Tremaine Edmonds, and they paid him big bucks. They also paid and signed another linebacker. His name is TJ Edwards. For the price of Roquan, they got those two guys.
Come on, Nick. Send the DM, man. Let's go. We'll do a little 5 minutes. We're not going to cook you.
5 minutes. Walter Williams didn't.
No,
he doesn't want it either. William Waters. Guys, talk the talk. I said it before. I'll say it again. I stand in front of the video with the audio every week telling the truth. Chicago Bears are in a situation right now where they have to cook the coach, and the next coach is going to have to decide on that number 1 pick versus Justin Fields. For me, I'm putting myself as the coach, and I say I am moving on from Justin Fields. I'm going to trade him, and I'll take the Darnold, whatever you got from Sam. What is it, 2, a 4, and a future pick?
Yeah, it's a 2, 4, and a 6.
So I'll take that.
Yeah, and I mean, there was a who did the Charles Robinson, I think, did the report when he interviewed 7 GMs, and then it expanded to 10 after the article came out. And the consensus that they were talking about was, what would you get? And what they told Charles was, a third, or maybe a fourth that could improve to a 3.
What would Lamar Jackson get on the market right now if the Ravens wanted to trade him?
Well, he was franchised.
Okay,
last year, but anybody could have went after him for 2 first-round picks.
Well, he's getting a 1. If you get a 1,
what is Justin Fields getting in your mind, Claudio? Because you're like the average fan that's educated by TTNL.
I mean,
what would
based
you give?
Based on how they've been playing? I mean, obviously.
What would you give for Justin Fields? You're the GM of the Steelers.
A second-round pick, because I think he has. If he's put in the right offense with weapons around him, that an offense coordinator is going to make an offense built around him, he can soar. I mean, he's got the talent, but we don't have that here. And so I would say a second. Like Shane said, I mean, I think he's definitely worth a second. He's young. He's still got a lot left in him. But I mean, Lamar Jackson's obviously going to command more. So
right. So that's where the comp ends. That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to tell people.
Yeah.
Cousins plus trading Fields, a terrible option.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want Kirk Cousins. Is that who he's talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kirk.
William,
And you're
head over to
trading it
Twitter
to-
at Wasram. Send me a DM and I'll send you a link to the show. Type in at Wasram and it'll pop up.
I want to address this. Clintonio, I've talked about this before. That's logic, what you're saying. You would think, thus your rhetoric there. I've said the same thing. Logic would say that's the kind of guy we might need. He held our grandpa.
Who's Mike Dick? Who the fuck's
Mike
Dick?
Ditka? Mike
know.
Ditka.
I know.
That part of the reason, and we've said this before, that kind of personality is necessary. Unfortunately, people thought it was meatballish at the time, but it's proven evident because they've gone down this lackadaisical good boy network several times and it's been unsuccessful. And I will be the first one to admit if Matt Eberflus ever turned something around. He is a good defensive coordinator. That's it. Just how he handles the media alone.
What has he done on offense as a head coach that makes you believe
he's afraid to fire the guy? He's fired 2 coaches and not had one question in regards to why. It's all swept under the rug. And Christian, this is a great, solid point. Shane and I have both said this. Exactly. Shane almost said it verbatim to me over the phone. You know how these fans are. They draft Williams. People are upset. Then the first game he goes out, throws 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Bears beat the Packers. Everyone's like, who the fuck is Justin Fields? And it just happens just
and
like
our
that.
YouTube comments will be fucking Shane and Phil. Look at these assholes cheering for when we drafted Justin Fields. That's what'll happen.
As if we weren't. The funny thing is, for me, you know, everyone talks about the Mac Jones thing and my ranking. I just stayed true to my rankings, and it's playing out exactly how it is. I mean, it's the NFL. People get chewed up.
There was a guy on one of our shorts today making a comment. No, this motherfucker was praising Mac Jones. Yes, great. Put your shit up there. Let's judge your shit. I'm sure you're batting 1,000.
And guess what? Mac Jones was taken by the New England Patriots in the first round. Just like a lot of quarterbacks are getting eaten up, spit out, that's what's going to happen. And that's where you are. That's the NFL. And you look at this league, I'm
Caesar's trying to paint you into a corner, Phil.
I didn't say Mac Jones' story and Justin Fields' story isn't written completely yet. That's the truth. What happens when someone goes somewhere else and they're successful? Like, what's the kid from Baker Mayfield? Look at what he's doing down in Tampa. What is he? He's a bust. What is he doing down there? Is his story changed? It's just no different. This is the NFL, man. You're going to miss. You're going to miss. If Mac Jones came here in Nagy's offense, would he fit better in what they're doing now? Yeah, he probably would.
How about Matthew Stafford went and won a Super Bowl?
Yep. It happens all the time. My dad talks about Jim Plunkett. You talk about Rich Gannon. Right now, I'm looking at the Chicago Bears, and I know it needs to change. It needs to change. The coach, number 1. Stephen W., $5. Patron Steve asks, I love when he does that. Who replaces Getsy? How about Janico calling plays? And that would be, we talked about this. I know our guy, my buddy, Olin Kreutz talked about it too. A good coach would do that, Steve. just to get answers, because what you have in Getsy is you've already have 2 seasons worth. 2. It's done. Steve Young also changed the core. We've talked about these. Mac Jones made the playoffs once. When Mac Jones has talent surrounding him, he could deliver the football. He doesn't have a lot of talent in New England right now. That's the story there. What they're doing there, the shit show they did with the defensive. We all know the story. We just want to pile on and piggyback.
Do you know what Mac Jones' numbers were as a rookie?
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, 3,800 yards, 22 touchdowns, 13 picks.
Would you take that?
With nobody's, so
that was then year 2 when he had a defensive coordinator as his OC. He passed for 3,000 yards at 29.97, 14 touchdowns, 11 picks. And then this year, 2,100 yards, 10 touchdowns, 12 picks.
You think coaching matters? Yeah.
46 touchdowns in 3 seasons. That's more than our guy.
Listen, I don't even care because I always worry about the Bears leading up to the draft. I stand by my things. Where they go is going to define them. What they've done in New England is terrible.
Yeah.
You get into a bad zone. What the Bears have done to Justin Fields is terrible. I said it to begin with. Fire Nagy and Pace. Get the GM and the coach together as you're going to the quarterback. You're getting rid of Mitch Trubisky. Nope. They fucking stayed. What do you think they're doing now? If they stay with Eberflus, oh, we're going to fire Getsy. That's going to be our scapegoat. Now we're going to draft a quarterback? Come on. You can't do this, Kevin. Speaking to you, you just can't. This coaching staff sucks. The most historic losses in the history of the NFL. And we have fans that are going to stay. Walt Williams is staying with Matt Eberflus.
3 historic losses and 1 last year.
No, there's 5 because there's 1 last year, 4 this year now. Because Denver game,
Detroit,
the first
Browns.
Minnesota game. What was the other one?
Browns.
Cleveland.
Browns.
Oh, Browns.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, okay, so if those games, though, are different, we win those 3 games. I mean, you're still saying...
No, because you're winning games.
Yeah, you'd be winning. Yeah, I mean,
you'd be winning them.
If they had, but you didn't just lose those.
You didn't lose them.
Heartbreak fashion where
you weren't playing
they
great.
just went out there and made a hell of a play. It was historic.
Yeah, first time, I think, right? First time a team in one season lost 3 games being up 10 points in the fourth quarter.
Right.
First time ever.
You have 4 this year, 1 last year. That, I'm sorry, is fireable. I'm sorry, it's fireable. Dropping a defensive tackle into coverage. $1.99. The talent on the Bears is there, guys. Sorry. It's there. These guys are sitting there. Okay, let's put ourselves in another poor situation. It's sad. It's sad. And listen, I say this again. Tomorrow, I don't know what time yet because I have to babysit and then I have a doctor's appointment at 5. So I'm maybe in tomorrow afternoon. I'm just going to take the offensive tape and go live right on our Patreon channel. Uncut. Let's watch the whole offensive tape. And then we could see how they play. Great. They play great. Where would you rank the Arizona Cardinals in the NFL?
Right where they're at.
Yeah.
You are what your record says you are, right?
Yeah.
You're a terrible team. You beat a terrible team. Great job. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. They're not bottom 5. They're bottom 2.
Yeah.
They're battling for the worst team in the NFL with the Panthers. You beat the Panthers and you beat the Cardinals.
Beat the Lions.
Beat the Lions.
Yeah,
That's
your crowning. That's your crowning moment over
That's
2
the
years.
best quarterback they beat under Eberflus.
Jared Goff. Yeah.
So what's your
And
thoughts
in that
on
game, I showed
Atlanta?
how many. Guess who won that game? The defense won that game. You had how many? You had 4 field goals against the Vikings. With how many turnovers against their shitty? They ended the story of Dobbs, the Dobbs story.
Oh,
they had
right.
4 picks. 4.
Yeah.
We had 4 field goals and won the game 9-12. Come on. And the Falcons suck too. Happy holidays, everyone. This is so Shane can get a Caleb Williams fathead before the draft night. The JF1 needs to go on the Kaiser pile.
I'll have to give away my TTNL Justin Fields.
I have a
plaque.
TTNL Justin Fields poster.
Yeah,
Somebody want it.
Yeah.
I will send it to you. I'm going to do next week with Dan Wiederer. Don't let me forget, Claudio. We're going to do a contest for that poster.
They played Justin Herbert. They played Mahomes.
Justin Herbert,
yeah.
Mahomes. Let's go through the Bears schedule.
Golf.
Jordan Love not rip apart the Bears?
3 touchdowns. Yep.
Yeah. So
but we got him again at the end of the year, though. I think it's going to be.
Where's your confidence level in that?
What do you think,
we're
Claude?
I think we're winning.
Oh, going up to Lambeau. Going up to Lambeau to win. Who else?
Well, Baker Mayfield ripped them apart.
Baker Mayfield tore us a new ass. Yeah. Russell Wilson beat us. Came all the way back. We were up 28-7.
Herbert.
Imagine.
What did Carr do against
Herbert?
I don't
we got
remember.
Blown out by the Chargers, for God's sake.
Oh, yeah.
Herbert.
Come on. The Chargers, who got fucking boat raced. The Broncos fucking
Derek
came
Carr.
back at 28. And guess what? We won 2 games with a fucking backup Division II quarterback in Tyson Bagent. We beat the Raiders with Bagent. And who did we beat at home?
The Panthers.
Was it the Panthers with Bagent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yepper 16-13.
Yeah.
What's Justin's overall record?
Oh.
I just hate it.
8
I
wins.
know. I was just curious.
Yeah. It's somebody will have it in the chat. I just
8.
It's just not even it's not a quarterback stat.
I just think he has been destroyed by the Bears. I'm not saying you should have, Dan. I'm just asking you.
9-27.
Yeah, I posted it.
Yeah.
I think it's 8-27.
Yeah.
But you can't overreact to beating Arizona, is what Phil is saying. And
Sorry, Dan.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. If maybe Ed Obradovich is probably right. You don't overreact.
10-28. He's 10-28.
10?
10-28. Yep.
I think he deserves a fresh start somewhere else more than anything. The Chicago Bears have done a disservice to that kid. And I just don't think he's helped.
Yeah, and this is you're gonna base Justin Fields' future off him playing 2 good games at the end of the year. No, man. The fact of the matter is, you obviously don't agree with Caleb Williams For me, Caleb Williams is far and away the top quarterback in this draft. To me, it's not close. Phil, I know, thinks he's the best quarterback in this draft too.
Without a doubt.
That's the separator. You have that guy.
The question is you feel that way, but do you think Poles and them and company feels that way right now before these two games start?
How
you think they already made their decision?
Yes. How can you not have?
Okay.
Can you honestly, if you're building this team the proper way, are you at any point ever sitting down with your staff and saying, all right, guys, what he does against the Atlanta Falcons and the Green Bay Packers is going to determine our future? What? What are we doing? How about the fucking 3 years of tape that we have?
That's the truth.
Yeah.
This is called grasping at straws for your guy.
And guess what? Those guys that come and send me video of DJ Moore or Darnell Mooney or any fucking Bear player saying anything about Justin Fields positive,
they're doing their job.
They're doing exactly what they should do. There's nothing there. The only time it's a question is if someone slips up and says something negative. Then it's everywhere. It's on CNN, for God's sake. That's the problem. That's what the question's for. It's not the political answer. They're doing their job. He's a great leader. I would not want to be thrown to anybody other than him. What would they say? Stop.
Phil, do you want to address this?
No, he doesn't. I mean, Jason, please, maybe the biggest prescription a doctor can give you is to sign up and become a patron so you can sit there and watch hours of tape, because I have the 3 top quarterbacks tape already. Thank you to my guy, Chris Harold. Shout out to him, his newborn baby, and Merry Christmas to them and all of you, including you, Jason. We will have college tape broken down of these quarterbacks so you could see that not only does Caleb Williams not have the Justin Fields jitters, he also has amazing strength in the pocket in anticipating accurately and making decisions tremendously quick. Even off structured throw. It's the closest thing to Aaron Rodgers that I've seen.
So to go off of that, the speed of the drop back added in with the quickness of the release is the separator here.
Oh my God.
Because Justin isn't fast in his drop back, his release isn't fast. So when you're talking a game of literal inches and milliseconds, if you're fast in your drop back and a lightning fast release on top of it, Cole Kmet open on third down, that's the difference. When you're slow with your drop back, then it's this, then it's this, then it's tap, then it's this, then throw. Those create issues. And that's going to be the same issue
playing
next
Madden
year.
On PS5 with T and Dev, and Justin's rolling to his right because I only play with the Bears. I'm like, are they fucking with me? Because I'm trying to throw to Cole Kmet, and it's like wind up throw, then Kmet's got to stop, jumps, and I'm short of the first down. And Devin's talking shit because he's playing with the Cowboys or whoever the fuck he was playing.
Ground him.
Well, then he wanted to play with the Bear because I beat him.
See, that's the my son was
But
like.
then he fucking found this glitch. Yeah. I hate this glitch. Okay. Yeah. There's a Joe Burrow moves all the way to the left.
You just
They run this
You text your
fucking.
buddy Shane over here. I'll have you beaten tape by 60.
He throws all the way back to Chase Daniels, going the other side, like that whole weird throw, and the motherfuckers catches it every time. I was covering him myself, and it's going through my hand. I'm like, what is this shit? I can't wait for patron number 1 to watch the Caleb Williams tape. The Caleb Williams tape will leave your jaw dropped on some of the things he does. Just as Shane said, the footwork in the pocket, the fact that he stands tall. Like Justin also drops down and separates his feet, and then only gets that pigeon step.
More significant this season, Phil.
More than ever.
Yes.
Yeah, I showed the.
It was funny. Somebody posted a picture on Twitter. I forget who it was. I should have pulled it up. And they're like, "Who's he throwing to here? Who can he throw to here?" He's trying to make the point that nobody's open, which the post in the corner of the end zone was wide open. But in the middle of he's like, "Where's the pocket?" And somebody responded to him, that's where Justin is right now. But he's squatting down. Justin, his head, he's literally getting ready almost down into a catcher's stance. Not all the way down.
He's 5'11". He becomes
himself.
Russell Wilson. I'm serious. Carrie Franklin is in the chat. Carrie has no horse in this race. Carrie was a Justin Fields freaking maniac fan. Loves him. And came away because you have to be open-minded. How many of you have played football in your life? If you have, you'll understand this. So you play a game on Friday night or whenever you play, and then the coach gathers the team together the next day or the day after, whenever you did, and then you watch the tape, and there's things in the tape that you didn't see or know or missed, or you missed your assignment. You thought you did it right, and even you have to look at the coach pointing out your embarrassing failure, or the next guys, or your teammates, or your buddies, or the quarterbacks, or the receiver, or his son, or whoever. That's where this is. I'm not a guy on the radio just talking. I'm watching the tape and doing the work to find out what was best and what is best for the Bears. And Justin Fields' flaws are so consistent. The flaws, that's where the hope of him getting it right here around an organization that doesn't get it right says to me a complete reboot needs to happen with him going somewhere else, the coaches all getting fired. Ryan Poles gets another shot at finding the right coach with Kevin Warren, not some package of people that they put together with some old white huffy puffy ancient guy that, I have a friend in Indy. I used to be the GM there. Let's bring this guy. He's the perfect coach. No, sit down there. You do your due diligence. Jim Harbaugh, full court press. If not, we have to make a decision. Are we going to trade for Mike Tomlin? Are we going to hire Flores? Bring him in here. You have to be prepared to hear the shit that he's about to tell you truthfully about your organization. You have to. I don't want to tell you a name. I've had an ESPN football insider tell me verbatim that it was a layup. It's going to be Ballard as the GM, not Ryan Pace. It was Ballard. All Ballard had to do was listen to his agent telling him, you got to say this to the McCaskies because that's what they want to hear. And then you got the job. And once you got the job, you do whatever you want. But Ballard has integrity. And he went in there and said the truth. Get rid of this scumbag Ted Phillips and get rid of Cutler. Those are the two things I do that mean the most. And you know what happened? The interview ended. Because it wasn't what George and the Ted Phillips wanted to hear. And that's your organization. I can't hear things that I don't want. Well, those are the things you got to hear. And now you have, whether you like Ballard or not, you got Ryan Pace. And that's where you went. And that's the story. You got Mitch Trubisky instead of Patrick Mahomes or Deshaun Watson. Sad. These fucking billionaires can't get out of their own way. They're afraid of people like me and Shane. Afraid of us. They'll poo-poo you because of what they have in their pocket. And that's where this thing is. And the Chicago Bears have failed immensely. And if you have a coach, and I'll just tell you this straight up, Mike Tomlin ain't coming out there in a loss or after a loss and saying, we really like the way we played in the first quarter. We had 16 first downs. We really tried hard to get in that field. That ain't happening. This is football. This isn't fucking an SAT course that you almost fucking passed. It's scary. You hired the wrong fucking guy, Ryan Poles. Whether you listened to Polian or you did it on your own, whatever the story is, you got to own that. Eberflus winning these last two games. Did he win the most important game to open the season? No. It's a fucking failure. You had all offseason to win. Let's not recency bias this shit. You suck. You're the worst fucking coach in the history of the Bears. But we're going to turn this around because we beat Arizona. And fucking Joe Flacco signed off the fucking street, throws for 275 yards against you in the fourth quarter. Your defense. Shut the fuck up. Don't try to pretty up a pig. I know the truth. You lost. Then you come back. Yes, you beat the Lions. You beat the Lions because their quarterback's a pussy. That's why I had my 2 gloves on. It was cold out there. 4 picks. 4 thrown right into your fucking arms. Think the Lions are going to win in the playoffs if it's cold? No, they're not. Josh T, the Bears are about to have the most desirable head coaching position ever. Cap space, ascending defense, number 1 pick, another top 12 pick. The future's bright. Go get Harbaugh. Maybe Saleh as a defensive coordinator. That's right. Listen, you don't have to sell. Shane said it. You don't gotta fucking go into the media. You go out there and fucking full court press. 78 million, 80 million here. I need to get this right. We haven't gotten it right. The head coach is the position we got to get right.
Yeah, there's no salary cap for the coach.
There's 0 salary cap. Guess what? You're $1 billion franchise. Give them $100 million. Give them $120 million over fucking 5 years. Spread it out. Whatever you got to do. There's no cap. You got plenty of money. Trust me. Trust me. You think these fucking Raiders are giving a fuck about their firing 20 coaches or whatever? They're still paying, what's his name?
Gruden?
John Gruden.
Are they really still paying him?
They're still paying Gruden, and they gave Gruden 10 years, $100 million.
Damn.
Still paying him.
I should have
McDaniels
started in the chat, but I saw there was a couple of questions, people concerned about Caleb Williams' size, and I did this once before, but just to fun. To show you. So this is at the Heisman ceremony. That's Caleb Williams all the way on the right in his Gucci suit. That's him standing next to CJ Stroud. So
Exactly.
if you're not worried about CJ Stroud, and now here's another comparison. So I'm going to show you another Heisman
Who
ceremony.
the fuck is ever worried about Caleb Williams' size?
So now this is another.
There he is. Give me it, Alex.
Yeah. So this is
Yeah,
another
man.
Heisman ceremony
Still paying me, man.
right here. Hold on.
Next Heisman ceremony.
So, it's a shitty one.
Let me Bryce? There's Bryce. That Bryce Young?
But that's him standing next to CJ Stroud also. Let me get a clearer picture. I don't know why.
Get a clearer picture. Oh my God. I would pay Jim Harbaugh. He's the guy. I'm telling you. I've dreamt about this since the moment he went to Stanford. It was in dial-up days that I wrote a whole fucking thing on a message board about Jim Harbaugh as the guy. Now we're here. We're at the goal line. What was that dude who said it? He broke it down. The first top 10 picks right now, right?
Yeah, right now, if the season ended,
We
if
have
the
the
draft
8
was
and
today,
the first, right?
you'd be drafted number 1 and number 8. Right now.
You got that. You got all the.
There you go. That's
there you go.
That's Bryce Young and then CJ Stroud to his left.
And that's Kenny Pickett as well.
Yep. And then
Levis.
No, that's Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Hutchinson.
DJ Stroud.
But look at the difference.
Now put Caleb. Exactly. Let's stop. And I love Bryce Young. Bryce Young played his ass off this Sunday against the fucking Packers, throwing some.
He needed to.
Great. He needed that game. Yeah, he's had a tough go. I mean, he's living in a shitty situation himself. Who do they have? Who do they have? They got one receiver,
Thielen.
Chark.
Well, I think Thielen's their number.
Thielen's your, what is he, 38? What is he?
Yeah, but I think statistically he's their number 1.
Well, he's his safety. He's the guy that's going to make a play. He's a wily veteran. But he's he's on his last leg. What? If you're saying, and I'm saying this to you, fans.
Nobody's saying that he's not bigger, stronger, and faster. Is he a better passer?
Tony Mandrich was bigger, stronger, and faster than Anthony Munoz. What did that matter? Doesn't matter.
I said this to Phil the other day. If we were in a lab and they said, just, you guys draw up what the perfect quarterback in your mind would look like potentially, I think it would probably be pretty damn close to what Justin looks like. I don't think it would look that different, honestly. And that's fine, but it takes way more than that. It's not about bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah, because Aaron Rodgers doesn't look like Justin Fields, but he throws the ball pretty fucking good.
Aaron Rodgers, as much as I hated him,
exactly,
you have to fucking
give it up.
That dude made fucking throws with this quick release, anticipating you just couldn't stop it, and it drive you nuts.
Brady isn't the most
Tom Brady worked his ass
specimen, but the dude obviously is the GOAT.
The greatest ever. There's no doubt.
Throws consistently on time, quick throws. Just a fucking surgeon. So,
and listen, a kid is a rookie coming into the NFL. So you're gonna have your hiccups, right? By year 3, Year 2, you see. Year 3, I don't care how many offensive coordinators you have, And that is the reality of where we are. This is a passing league. You're not going to continue to build a career on rushing records as a quarterback. That stat is false hope. It just is. And unfortunately, if you want to, fan the way you want to fan, I'm just going to continue to break down the tape and try to make people see the truth. That is my goal. And if I can help 20 people. I've done my job, and I've done that pretty much here on the patron side. I've had many people reach out and say, fuck, man, watching that has changed my whole outlook on this situation. And listen, you can come from either place. Oh, you can't continue to change. Well, the NFL continues to change. There's going to be 8 coaches fired again. This is the story of the NFL.
Yeah, Schefter's saying 7 to 10.
So there you go. They're going to be fired, right? Then you're going to fucking find quarterbacks in the draft. Some people might find a quarterback in the pick of the last pick of the draft, like the 49ers, Mr. Irrelevant. Some people will find a quarterback that was undrafted, like Kurt Warner. There is no chemistry, no algorithm, nothing. The eyeball test is what you have. Then you get to sit down and meet with them. And that's where Shane and myself and Cars and any person that's breaking down the draft like this are at a disservice, because then I could tell if I had the opportunity to interview people, my grading would be better than a lot of these other frauds out there.
Well, and that's what I said to you about Caleb Williams. And we can talk till we're blue in the face about what we're seeing on tape. And if you get him in a room and you sit down with him and you don't get the vibe that he's
right,
the guy to lead your franchise, then guess what? You can't draft him.
Yep.
Can't do it. If you get the feeling that this kid is not a leader, not the face of your franchise, this will be the face, the first face that you see in Arlington Heights walking into the new stadium would be Caleb Williams if you draft him. If you're not confident in that he's that guy, from your sit down, your interactions with your behind the scenes, your private, your PI work behind the scenes, that's going to be a big part of it. We don't have that benefit. We're not going to have the benefit of sitting down with Caleb. We know lots of people connected to it. Cap brought it up himself too. He knows some people that know the situation and know Caleb very well. And the one guy that talked to Cap, he said, if you don't think that Caleb Williams is a leader and the leader in that USC locker room and the players respect him, I don't know what to tell you. So that's what you want to hear. That's what you want to hear potentially. So we'll see.
Lamar Jackson uses running as a secondary weapon. So when people tell me, oh, Lamar Jackson run, what is Lamar Jackson's passing?
And the guy that reshaped our franchise, Bill Polian, wanted him to be a wide receiver.
There you go.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. The guy who helped hire Poles and Getsy wanted Lamar Jackson as a wide receiver. That's all you need to know there. But I look at Lamar Jackson and I admire his 3,900 yards, 3,700 yards passing. I don't know what to tell you. The reality, what does he have?
He doesn't have
he's got 3,300 yards passing.
Yeah,
19 touchdowns.
He's got 8 rookies, 8 Flowers. He's got
Oh wait,
Mark Andrews.
Zay Flowers, my number 1 receiver, Mac Joe. Oh, okay. Yeah, we do the tape here. We're gonna get things wrong. That's just par for the course. But I don't compare Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields. It's not a comparison. Throwing motion, anticipation throws, understanding. I mean, there's a play against the 49ers. It's an RPO. He understands the leverage of the safety is way off and that this corner nickel is blitzing. So he's already meshing, knowing he's pulling and throwing. Dimes it to Bateman. dimes it, boom, right into fucking Bateman's chest. No way. I mean, just perfect footwork, accuracy off a mesh. I have never seen Justin do that. Not once.
Yeah, just real quick, just to play off of that, because this is important too. So for everybody that is not signed up to be a patron, obviously this offseason is going to be massive. And if you like quarterback talk and quarterback tape, you're going to get a ton of it. You're not just filled. I mean, we're going to be breaking down Caleb Williams more than once. Let's be honest.
God.
For
We
the
have
patrons.
to.
So scan that QR code down there and get over there and get signed up, because we're not going to do it in season, guys. I know a lot of people have been asking.
I
While
got
the NFL season is
Oklahoma
going on.
tape. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Oklahoma games. I got 2022 season of Mr. Caleb Williams, and I have 2023. I got every game of Caleb. You think you're not going to be prepared? I got all the coaches' tape.
So
there's
get over
nowhere
there,
to hide.
The
You want to see Caleb Williams?
Sign up. We'll get it all broken down for you. And it's not just going to be him. Like we said, we're going to get into Jaden Daniels. We're going to get into Drake May.
We're going to look at Marvin Harrison Jr., Penix. I already got the Dan. I got Derek
Neighbors.
Of course.
From LSU. Yeah, and then there's going to be
Drake May, Jaden Daniels, and Caleb Williams are all in the
breaking down we're going to be breaking down a tight end for you this year. Somebody that could legitimately
Brock Bowers, bro.
Yeah. But I think the
Marvin Harrison Jr. will be broken down.
Yep.
Let's look at his tape.
Roma Dunze, Malik Neighbors.
Now
let's.
I love the kid.
We both have
from Washington.
We both have Marvin Harrison #1. Now, who is your 2? Yours is Adunze?
Yeah, I like him a lot, but Neighbors is great too.
Neighbors is my 2. And this is the thing that you're going to find out.
Early, though, but
yeah, it is early, but this is the thing that you guys are going to find out. It's pretty rare that Phil and I are on the same page when it comes to quarterbacks, especially, and agree on the same players. And we both are there with Caleb this year.
Yeah.
So that's the best. I mean, we were at complete opposite ends of the spectrum last year with Bryce. I was not a Bryce guy at all, and I'm an Alabama fan in college football, but no. So there's going to be debates on both sides of it. I don't even have Drake May as my #2, so I'll break that news here.
I don't either. There you go. Yeah. I already told you my #2, but I like Drake May. I think he's going to be a quality NFL passer.
I'm not there with him.
I think he reminds me a lot of Herbert, Justin Herbert. I think Herbert, I was a lot higher on him than Shane was when he was coming out.
You were. Herbert. I saw a lot of Cutler there.
Josh Allen, people, I know our friend Greg Gabriel killed me on my Josh Allen #1 quarterback in that draft. That's what I said. I stood by that. Where are those people pulling out those comments from me? Well, it's Josh Allen. And there's funny because
Coleman will be in there, man. We didn't mention him, but absolutely we'll be breaking him down.
Shane and I were talking about the play against the Browns, the 4th down play, and I spent a long time with our patrons showing the depth of the drop on the boot. Anytime you boot naked with a wide receiver outside of you as a blocker, you have to get depth so the wide receiver, in this case Darnell Mooney, has a better angle to block. Justin takes a short angle on a boot. Thus, the kid from the Browns makes a great play. He gets paid too. But Justin made that play, right? The point, depth, everything is the same thing happened with Josh Allen. Then Shane had talked about this. And I believe it was Ivan who said it as well with us. I can't remember who else was there. It might have been Ivan. Josh Allen does the same thing, gets depth, turns, and fucking pees a ball to Gabriel.
Yeah, the
down, and It's the same exact play, same exact concept. Fake toss, naked boot, a receiver's blocking with the slot receiver block fade to the short side of the field. And Josh Allen drops a dime, goes outside of it. And that's where the difference is. And I just will continue to show you the tape for the truth. And that's where I get my opinion from. Bo Nix. I like Bo Nix too. I think Bo Nix will be a good NFL quarterback. But we'll break down that tape too. There's a lot of quarterbacks to look at. Penix, Nix, Daniels, May, Caleb Williams. All of those guys are first-round players, in my opinion. And we'll break it down. Where they go. Caleb Williams, Shane and I are telling you. If this was last year, we had the first pick, I was taking Caleb Williams and trading Justin last year. That was said by me.
Yeah.
And it was said by our guests at the time.
Sean Payton said if there's going to be a year to see people tanking, it's going to be the year that Caleb Williams comes out. And they just benched their quarterback today. Not saying that they're going to be in contention for the number 1 pick in the draft, but they're going to be making a move for a quarterback. We'll just say that.
JJ McCarthy is a junior, so we don't know that he's coming out.
Yeah, he's 20 years old.
I think he should stay.
Yeah,
for another year.
Rick Spielman thinks with a big game against Alabama, he thinks he'll come out, and he thinks he'll be a top 15 pick.
I love the kid. I think his best move would be to stay one more year. He's the first overall pick.
But I mean, if you're going to be a, I get it. I totally understand it. But if he knows that, let's just say if he knows that Harbaugh is gone, you go get that. You make the move and you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, if I was advising the kid, if you're losing your head coach under those circumstances, you have to. If you know that you're going to go in the top 15, and quarterbacks always get pushed up. I'm a lot higher on JJ than most. I'll just say that. Yeah, he's got some.
I love JJ. I just think he needs another year.
Yep. Well, it's just like Milroe.
He'll be the number 1 pick.
Milroe from Alabama. Everybody knows that I was not a big fan on him, but you want to talk about a kid that improved over the season. And I was afraid that he was going to be like, fuck it, I'm coming out. And he announced that he's coming back. So he's making himself millions.
All right. Listen, I think JJ, my opinion, I would tell him, stay another year. Stay another year. Get it together. Even if the coach goes, stay one more year and show everybody it's not Harbaugh. It's
Carolina. The Chicago via Carolina are in the driver's seat. They are, they're up by.
Who wins the tiebreaker if Carolina and Arizona end with the same record? Carolina.
Yeah, it goes to strength.
This is the big weekend. Who does Carolina play this weekend?
Jacksonville.
And they are without our guy, right?
Yeah, I don't know if he's official. So it goes. So let's just say that Carolina wins, and then that puts them both at 3-12. And then you're talking about strength of schedule is the first tiebreaker. And right now,
2 weeks left.
Yeah, right now, strength of schedule changes, but not that much. It's not going to change that much. But right now, Carolina's strength of schedule is 0.522. Arizona at number 2, theirs is 0.561. So that's a massive difference. Now, Washington is at 4-11. So they're a full 2 games away from Carolina. Their strength of schedule is 0.518. So they're about the lowest until you get to the Giants at 0.514. So the Giants can't get it. But I mean, even for Washington to get it at 4-11, you'd have to get another win from Arizona, and you'd have
Arizona. Who are they playing?
Arizona has Philadelphia,
So
and
that's a loss. They're not going to win that.
who do they play? They have Philly and Seattle. So at
They
Philly,
might be able to beat Seattle, but they end with Seattle. Fuck.
Yeah.
I wish they were playing Seattle this weekend.
Yeah, and
They're
then
playing Philly this weekend.
Yeah,
in
and
the-
that's the Jonathan Gannon. Going back to his old team.
Right. So who does Arizona plays those two, and then Carolina plays the Bucks.
Carolina
and
has
Jacksonville.
at Jacksonville, and then versus Tampa. And Tampa's coaches come out and said that he doesn't see them, even if they have the ability to sit. He said we have too many young players that need to play.
Good.
So
I'm gonna be
But they would have
cheering immensely for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
the Bears are in the driver's seat. They're a lap and a half ahead.
What if the Bears make it to the playoffs and the Super Bowl winning QB? And the Bears should stay with Justin Fields.
Yeah, then
That's
there
what
you
they
go.
did.
You've cracked the
Cracked the
fucking
code.
code, Joe.
He cracked the code.
Don't forget to wipe the cocaine off your nose before you go to bed.
Shrooms. He's got some
He's doing something a
shrooms.
little stronger than shrooms.
Jesus. So we've basically said it all tonight. Next week, we have the great Dan Wiederer jumping on with us. I thought next week I was going to have Adam Rank, but we kind of double booked. So I'm going to go on Rank show next Wednesday with him. And then the following week,
Can I get you a Dodgers hat to wear?
as long as you buy it for me, I'll wear it. I need a new hat. Per ESPN, Trevor Lawrence cleared concussion protocol and will start versus they're not playing Tampa on Sunday.
Carolina.
They're playing Carolina.
Yeah, and he
Sunday.
has a shoulder injury. So
I don't know.
But Tevin is out of concussion protocol and he was a full go today. So that's
Was
big
he?
news. Yep.
Tevin-
Cole Kmet was out.
Tevin back. Cole Kmet, the emerging Cole Kmet.
Or it could be like Randy Mueller, who says that Darnell Wright is clearly an offensive guard and wants, if he was reshaping the Bears next year, the Chicago Bears offensive guards would be Darnell Wright and Cody Whitehair. I'm like, oh,
Good
my
call,
God.
Randy. Probably should be playing Madden 2012. That Oh my God. Randy Mueller. We also got Deonta Foreman back, correct?
Yeah, Awaken. We have an opening for shitty news, man.
Bullets left.
Bullets is sleeping, so we do have a.
We need Bullets on tonight. Where is he? Where's
It's
my
like,
guy Joey out?
TTNL, and I'm going to give them some updated info.
I know, no Bullets, no Logan Frost.
Yeah,
a lot of
Bullets
people
was here earlier.
Was
I
it?
love
Logan's
Bullets.
probably mad because Tremaine Edmonds is starting to play very well.
Oh,
so.
Cairo Santos got a new contract. Bullets is pissed.
And did you see that comment?
No.
Cairo's agent came out and told him, if you go to the open market, I can get you a lot more money. And he's like, nope, I want to be in Chicago.
Nice.
So he
I like
took a hometown discount.
Listen, Darnell Wright has been playing injured all season.
Yeah.
And he is toughing it out. So I won't let anybody talk shit about Darnell. There's Logan.
There he
Claudio.
is.
There he is. In the
Logan.
Philippines. Why can't I live in the fucking Philippines? Just get up every day. It's probably 79, 85.
Phil
but it
in the
feels
Philippines.
Phil in the Philippines. I need to move. I need to get out of this Connecticut shit. Really do. It's getting me low. It's DJ Moore playing. I Deonta Foreman's back.
Yeah,
I heard Darnell Mooney might be in concussion protocol.
he is. I wouldn't be too shocked if we don't. I wouldn't be stunned if we don't see Darnell for the rest of the season.
He's done.
I just wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I hope everybody. What's up, Otis? Merry belated Christmas to you too. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. If you're just tuning in, Devin Hester is now again a Hall of Fame finalist.
Yes,
sir. I thought he was a first ballot Hall of Famer. I thought they did a disservice to him with that. And I believe he gets in this time around. I really do. I think Devin Hester changed the rules. And I believe this football team was in the Super Bowl partly because of him. And I think that
partly they don't make the Super Bowl without him.
There you go. I didn't read what Mike Manuel said. What did he say? We'll become a patron tomorrow. Love how you guys are able to say the words I'm thinking, but don't know how to explain. That's cool. Well, we've seen some people take what we've said and debated us on it against us, but now have said what we've said.
I would love to debate you motherfuckers. Well, come on the show. My batteries are dead. I can't.
I don't know how to work this thing. Oh, by the way, yeah, this is what. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Listen, we pride ourselves on standing for the truth. I've admitted something I've never admitted tonight. First time ever. I won't let an agent buy my analysis. I won't. So no way am I going to hype up some kid. I will show their kid. No problem. But they're going to get a truthful analysis of the player. The audience deserves that. So a lot of these guys out there, I won't put any names, but I will say a lot of them are getting a little kickback if you hype up.
Oh, yeah.
Cherry pick the tape. Listen, we could make a highlight tape of any
analyst that's known for his hair and his penchant for pumpkin pie that gets lots of kickbacks every year. Yes. Lots of them.
Now, if he's getting kickbacks, do you think some of these other guys might be? Yes. Yeah. That might need it more than him.
I made $73 last year to call Trenton Gill the real punt god live on air. Don't you remember that? Uh-oh, there he goes. Downhill.
Yes, I have the Eber flu. The Eber flu. I am highly anticipating Black Monday to be Eber flu gone, just like T3 podcast.
I think we removed him. I think he was being a little bitch.
Did we?
I think I ceremoniously kicked his ass out.
One of our patrons showed a screenshot of him talking shit about us on another show that sucks. The show sucks.
Oh,
he's talking shit about us on that show.
Yeah, he wouldn't come on. I wanted to send him a link to. You have to send me that. You didn't send me that.
I'll have to send it to you.
Yeah,
I have to go back and look at it. I won't put the patron on blast, but it was fun.
What did he say? What did he say though?
He was just saying the TTNL are so negative on fields, like taking a shot. Like
he's got like the 16th best podcast in Singapore. So I mean, he's clearly a badass.
Fanboying it.
Yeah.
Listen, I have been around Shane for a long time, and I've been around a lot of some of these fans have been with us since the beginning, including Cherie, who's not here tonight. She's taking care of her dad. I'm sending her well wishes.
Yeah.
A lot of love towards the TTNL family. Been around, and I've seen a lot of people flip flop. I've never seen Shane flip flop. I've never seen it happen here. And I can speak for myself. I don't. I do take ownership if I'm wrong. Wow. I was wrong about this guy. Like Darnell Mooney, I honestly did not think that he would become the player he has. Now, maybe he's gone. Claudio's staring around. Something's going on at that house. Girls, son. Drama.
The cats are back.
Italian cookies. How was your Christmas, Claudio? Good?
It was good, of course. Yeah, I went to the parents' house, and my parents' house had some by them.
What does the parents' house consist of? Like
we had zupa de pesh, we had zupa de pesh, we had stuffed shrimp, we had salmon, a lot of fish.
A lot of fish.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Played bingo.
I don't really like fish.
Played bingo.
We played this game, Where Am I? Have you ever played this?
No.
So
have you, Shane?
It's a board game?
Yeah, you like have to wear this headband, and then you put a card here.
So
you have to ask questions. You only get 15 questions. You have
Riley's always loved board games. I bought the kids one of those infinity gaming tables. Have you seen those?
Oh yeah.
It's dope as fuck, bro. Like every fucking board game known to man.
All played on like a video screen.
It's all digital, dude. It's right in front of you. It's like if my daughter can draw on it and shit. Yeah,
my wife can throw out all those messy board games in our sunroom.
That's what I said, man. Yeah, and having oh my god, it's like Riley and I were playing Monopoly for like 3 hours on Christmas Day. I mean, that shit got heated. Like, you're damn right, you owe me money. Oh, ground your ass and take your money. Oh yeah,
do it. We were playing Fortnite. I actually played Fortnite on the PS5 for the first time.
Not a fan. I can't get into that shit.
I was figuring it out. I'm like, I don't like this building shit. Build walls.
My daughter's playing it.
They do it so fucking fast.
Oh my god!
They're like going up.
I'm like, I tell my daughter, I'm like, why don't you just hide in this like corner of the world and let everybody kill each other? And then
then the storm comes and it
but I mean, you move, you hide. I'm like, that's my strategy would be just let everybody kill each other. Then all I got to do is kill a couple.
Claudio comes in with a sniper.
That's exactly. She wants it. No, it's no fun. And she goes and gets killed. Like, okay.
I can't do the build thing, but we had fun with that and board games. We had lasagna, meatballs, salad. It was nice. We had a lot of fun. A lot of people. It was a good time. Listen, we're gonna wrap this show up. Give me some fucking names.
Give me some fucking names. Carrie Franklin just sent me the.
Oh, you got it.
Comment. Yeah,
you put him on blast. I was trying to keep it.
Shane Marchand gets his eyebrows done.
Oh, that comment. I forgot.
That's what T3P said.
You think I'd pay for?
Oh yeah,
bro.
Shane gets his eyebrows done.
Yeah, one thing I've never done for sure. Shane Marchand. No, that wasn't from him though. That was some.
Oh, that was another person.
T3P said TTNL. What's that?
Oh yeah, he's in our chat every fucking week.
Ravi come up said Shane Marchand does his eyebrows.
Oh my god,
that's good. I won't tell you what I do to your mother's eyebrows. I make them a fucking mess.
Listen, Charlie Rahim, $5. I know the salary issue about keeping feels, but Don't we save money with draft capital instead of spending on free agency if we get 3 first-round picks? Shane? I don't know what he's trying to say.
I don't really either. Don't we put it back up there again?
I think he's saying if we get another first-round pick in a trade,
Mm-hmm.
then
don't we save money with draft capital instead of spending
on free agency if we get 3 first-round picks?
But I mean,
I think he's saying you're paying less for a first-round pick
free
than you would.
But free agency is before the draft, so you're just are you gonna sit out free agency just in case you decide to? You know what I mean?
No, you're going to hit.
You're gonna be spending in free agency no matter what,
man.
right?
The thing that needs to come away from the show is inconsistency. 43 million investment in Justin based on way he's played. You have to look at the financial situation because of the quarterback position.
If you're not comfortable right this second,
right now,
with committing 45 to 50 million dollars a year minimally to Justin Fields, then it's over. Guys, because when you're looking at it and you're saying, well, yeah, he's going to fit. No, we happen to think Caleb Williams is that good. He doesn't have the minor issues that we're worrying about with Justin. Yes, can we question what he's like as a leader? No, we don't know that. We're basing on what we see on tape, just like we are with Justin. That's the separator. Somebody said, what if you're offered 3 ones to move off of Caleb? And then what? And then you have to have the quarterback.
I'm sorry. You got to have the quarterback.
If I didn't believe in the quarterback, I wouldn't be drafting him. But I happen to believe in Caleb Williams.
I believe in Caleb too. And I think that's the thing. You can't get blindsided by hypothetical 3 ones for the first overall. You have to take the chosen one. The father's comments, shut the fuck up on that. We've all heard dad's comments before. They mean nothing. The fact that he was supposedly wanting a piece of the team, it's not even allowed in the NFL. So throw that out. Paint the nails, crying with mom. None of that bothers me. The reality of Caleb Williams' tape will show you there's no concerns with things that we had concerns with Justin coming out in the draft. So now it's starting over with an immensely talented anticipation passer who, oh, by the way, has elite escapability. He is not the speedster nor the power runner that Justin is, but he's as elusive and he has a strong arm as Justin does. He's got a better release. He's better at seeing the field. He understands pre-snap leverage versus zone and man very well.
There it is.
Both sides of the field.
There it is. We didn't finish the show without it.
Oh, God, David. He must be the Facebook David Wilson. He's back.
Yeah. Year 2, Lamar was MVP of the league, David. We talked about this earlier. He had
Go back and watch the show.
36 touchdowns in year 2. Justin has 39 in 3 seasons. He had 36 in his second year alone and was MVP of the league.
Yes.
So you're basing it on what? Because they're stylistically, they have the same attributes, but they're not the same player on field.
Let's go like this. Last point, and then we could predict. I don't think we bold predict, and then we get out of here. I got to go. You can't pass on Patrick Mahomes or Deshaun Watson, then pass on CJ Stroud, and then he becomes something. And then again, do it for more picks. At some point, you have to take a guy that is on to another level. I'm sorry. Justin Fields, too inconsistent. 3 years, I'm seeing the same things. And that's the reality of where you are. And the Bears have to do that based on the $43 million and the inconsistency. Those are the two things. And that's the reality of where you are. If you're going to continue with Eberflus and Justin Fields, we will be back here. No doubt. I'll put a mortgage payment on it. Right back here again. Right back here again.
David, he did that in year 2.
Thank you.
Of course, they were committed to him, just like Chicago was in year 2 to Justin. Stop. You're making a fool out of yourself.
We'll continue this tomorrow. Be a patron. Come in that chat room with me and watch Justin Fields tape. I believe someone said another film analyst said that Justin Fields played amazing.
Yeah, Chase Daniel said it, and then that the other quarterback guy, Tim, I'm blanking on his last name, but Chase Daniel said that he also said that the Bears have a massive decision to make. Caleb versus Justin. Did I watch that game and rewatch it a third time and thought that Justin Fields played me? I mean, which one of his 35 passing yards in the second half was your favorite?
I don't know. I honestly was having guests and I watched it on my iPad. Now we watch the Justin Fields tape uncut tomorrow. If he played amazing, I'm going to tell you that tomorrow. We'll watch it all together because that's what we do. And anyway, I want you to get a show. If you're keeping Justin Fields, what are we going to put a time limit on? 35 seconds video together. Send it to Shane, myself, Chris Jackal, or Ivan. Whoever your preference is. 35 seconds. Shoot a video of yourself. Why? Put your face to the video. We'll put it all together. And as the season wraps up, we'll put you in proper. Anybody could say whatever it is they want in a chat room right now. I'm asking you, you're a big Justin Fields fan. Why? You got 35 seconds. That's a long time for you to get a point out. Then TTNL will put your thoughts together. If you don't want Justin Fields, we'll put that one together too. But we'll start with the people like Otis Nichols. I'll call you out. And who I know he really believes in Justin and Eberflus. Put your face on why. Not in words. Speak it.
Yeah, and please, if you're defending Eberflus, say how he's accountable for the 2 coaches that he's hired that have been removed for HR violations. Can't gloss that over. And
the 5
tell me how the offense has improved.
5 historic losses. 275 yards allowed to Joe Flacco in the 4th quarter in a loss. We will talk about it, be about it. Caleb Williams is team building 101, Otis, or 1-2. Caleb is team building. He builds the most important position in all of football. It is the quarterback position. We will get to it. Claudio, real quick.
Yes, sir.
Prediction versus Bears versus Falcons.
I said we're going to win. We're going to win. I think we'll win, let's say, 28-17. Be a nice win at home. And bold prediction, Fields actually throws for 350. How's that?
350.
350. That's a bold prediction. You said bold.
Nope.
No. Exactly. That's bold. That's bold. So I'm putting it out there.
Bold prediction. Shane.
I'm going
predicting-
to say Chicago 26, Atlanta 20.
26-20.
Yep, Chicago loves those odd scores.
Who's the quarterback of the Falcons? Heineke? Heineke's going to win. So I'm calling it like this. 24-17 Falcons.
24-17?
24-17
He's going to put up 24 on the Bears defense?
No.
Yeah, the running game, bro.
Yeah, Bijan's
one in the NFL.
We're
Chicago Bears.
Everyone's throwing. I don't know. 275 yards.
I didn't do a bold. What's your bold prediction?
Oh, my bold. I didn't have a bold prediction.
The Cordero Patterson revenge game? Is that what you're thinking?
It could be. Thank you,
him
Claudia.
popping one. Yeah,
Cordero Patterson returns a kick for a touchdown.
That's your
There
bold.
you go, Shane. Thank you.
Damn.
This is what's funny.
24-17.
Dan thinks he's a badass by saying that we've been bitching for 3 hours and then we predict 20 points. Like, that's fucking impressive, you dumbass. 20 points. What a fucking explosion. Great job,
Thank you,
Dan.
Dan Montagne.
Dan's
How do
probably
you
got
say
a
his
ton
name?
of cats he's got to
Get
feed after
Dan
the show.
on the show. I'll go another hour with Dan. I love
The old
you
20
too,
point
Omar. I don't know.
offensive explosion. Dan really told us. Thanks, Dan.
Omar, come back next week. I can't do BHL again on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I'm
gonna be at
you gotta let
a friend's
Ivan.
house.
We gotta let Ivan know.
I just realized this is a New Year's Eve game again. The fuck? I'm gonna be at a friend's house. How am I gonna do a fucking show?
It's not. We can just can't we re-air the BHL from last year's Bears Falcons game? Just what the fuck are they talking about? Right teams, but that didn't happen. Fuck
Can we
these
do
fans.
BHL on the New Year? Do it in the morning, New Year's Day.
Dan getting heated.
Danny.
Oh, 20-point offensive explosion.
Oh, Danny boy. The pipes are scoring. I predicted 17, Dan.
Dan's
fuck?
probably like, I'm not taking down my Justin Fields fat head because he's my favorite player.
I need to come to Hawaii with American philosophy. Start the game at 8. Me and Zorich will be doing a bowl game show leading up to the bowls and stuff. Jesus.
Big week.
I don't know how I'm doing all this shit. Why is it on New Year's? Fuck.
It always is.
New Year's Eve, I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
The Bears game.
What time's it? 1?
Yep.
Better be 1.
So that's
actually, I might be able to do it because I don't have to go over there till 5:30.
Don't ruin it.
5:30 I'm going. That's right. I'm thinking it's a 4:00 game. We'll get it in. One rant, done, Shane. That's it. Then I leave to go to my friend's house.
In and out.
In-N-Out burger.
Yep. That can still get you in trouble. But anyways.
The Packer game is still to be determined, I believe.
Yep.
But it looks like it's going to be a 1:00 game because nothing is on the line. Anyway, shout out all you fans in the chat. Next week, Dan Wiederer, Wednesday night, bowl rewind with me and Chris Zorich next week. I got to talk to him what day we're going to do that. Tuesday, probably. And Ivan Vargas, another Bears show. Will have to go on right after us on Tuesday. And we'll get into what happened with the Michigan-Alabama game and the other Washington versus Texas. Get into all that shit. The Bears, Falcons, Claudio and Shane got the Bears winning. I have the Bears losing. to Atlanta. Daniel Perez, 35-0.
No, that's like the 80th time that he's just looking for airtime by saying stupid shit. That's it's like the 45th time he's put it in the chat trying to get a reaction.
Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
I know I will.
Now, he called me twice.
Classic.
Yeah? How's he doing?
I have totally fucking forgot to call him back.
Uh-oh.
I feel so bad.
Is he looking for his car charger?
He might be, but I got to get back to him. I could have had him on the show tonight.
You want to come back on? Is that what he's calling you for?
Well,
I'm going to call him tomorrow. He's watching. I'm shouting out Angelo Joe Marino. Joe Albino.
He made the TTNL "Twas the Night Before Christmas" poem that I posted.
That was a great poem.
Yeah,
that was a great
Claude,
poem.
you were in it.
Hi, there you go. Yep, I like it. I like it. I like it.
He didn't make the poem,
Zorich,
did he?
not
Zorich made it.
No, Zorich wasn't in it.
Cut off T-shirt by Zorich.
Alan Bratcher even made it.
Bratcher.
Yes.
We get Bratcher back on the show. God.
Then let me do what I hired to do.
The best is when he says, "I'm doing this for you."
Yeah, I'm doing this. No,
It's cold out here.
guys. You have to realize, at some point, Michael Jackson had to leave the Jackson 5. My exact words in the moment were, "Motherfucker, who says you're Michael?" In this scenario.
You're more like Tito, bro.
He's like fucking Joe, the father.
He's lunch with Luke.
Oh my fucking God. Your lunch with Mary.
Dan Weeder next week. We'll see you guys. I hope you enjoyed another episode. Shout out to Claudio. Merry Christmas to all of you guys. We'll see you on
Yes,
New
he did,
Year's
Logan. Ask Phil. That was not a phone call.
He
He
really
was there.
said that. Bratcher has become a Colts fan, says Kerry Franklin. Anyway, we will get into all of that. New Year's Day, deja vu. The Bears are who we thought they were. Where's the ender here? We'll end.
Hey, fuckers, this is Brian Erlacher, and I'm keeping it 100 on the Tape Never Lies Network.
Tape never lies, network,
The tape never lies. Keeping it 100 like I'm keeping it 100 when it comes to the Bears.
I think the tape never lies, right?
The tape never lies.
Never does.
Not smart.
Get in your hat and get the hell off the field.
It's Lauren Cox from Locked On Bears, and I'm keeping it 100.
You guys know the tape never lies.
Hey, this is David Kaplan. Listen to me. You want to learn football? Listen to my guys, Phil and Shane. Keeping it 100, the Tape Never Lies Network.
Courtney Cronin, beat reporter covering the Chicago Bears for ESPN and ESPN.com. And I am keeping it 100 on the Tape Never Lies.
I'm Raymond Harris, the Quiet Storm, a.k.a. Ultraback, and I'm keeping it 100 on the Tape Never Lies Network.
Home of the greatest Chicago Bears fans on earth.